If you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale, with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
The stories you're talking about on Wisconsin's Morning News.
The I-94 reconstruction project through Milwaukee's west side could potentially take a couple of extra years.
Costs can go up. I'll give you some room on that.
That's always going to happen,
right? That's always going to happen. Okay, fine. But the idea on the timeline, we only studied this project for 20 years.
The key phrase is potential delay. There are some ways they can reconfigure, maybe speed up one portion of the phases.
Okay, let's do that.
Only here on WTMJ.
Fabulous Farm Babe Pam Yankee here, reminding you to listen to the Midwest Farm Report on WTMJ.com or anywhere you download your podcast. Brought to you by Tyson's Home Farm Auto. Visit THEISENS.com for more information and to find a location near you.
It's the most wonderful time of year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
Six o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Today is Monday, August 17th. Our top story, days of heavy rain turning deadly across the Midwest.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Gunfire on the freeway.
I'm Debbie Lozga. Got a couple of issues in Washington County. We've got 41 northbound at Holy Hill Road. Left lane is closed because of a crash. And then a little bit further up, near where 145 and 45 and 41 all cross, in that triangle there, the southbound side of 41 is closed. And then the southbound side of 45 also closed. I'm not sure if this is all because of the same crash or because it's very close in the same area. So just keep that in mind. You can't go southbound on 41 or 45 at Highway 145. So careful with that. Other than that, we are looking really smooth. I'm Debbie Lozga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny skies today, high of 80 degrees. Skies partly cloudy tonight with a low of 64. Milwaukee currently at 69, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office still investigating a shooting between two vehicles on I-94.
Were shooting at each other. Couldn't give any other information. Dark colored sedans, roughly 7 shots.
Emergency transmissions there courtesy of Broadcastify as the Sheriff's Office says the shooting happened on eastbound I-94 between 25th and 16th Streets. Around 10:30 last night, freeway was temporarily closed during the investigation. It's open again this morning. No injuries reported.
A Milwaukee County court official is facing felony charges after police discovered a drug operation at her home.
The basement of a home owned by Samotria Matthews was used to package, store, and manufacture fentanyl and cocaine, according to a criminal complaint. Matthews was a deputy division administrator for the Milwaukee County Clerk of Circuit Court, according to a LinkedIn profile. Her two family members, Rodney and Terrion Matthews, face multiple felonies related to drug possession with intent to deliver and for leading police on 2 high-speed chases. Samotria is charged with maintaining a drug trafficking place as party to a crime. All 3 have their first court appearance set for this morning. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Communities in the Midwest devastated by deadly flooding after days of relentless rain.
In hard-hit Indiana, at least 7 people were killed, including a 4-year-old. Across the state, raging floodwaters washing out roads, submerging cars, and reaching the roofs of homes.
I've never seen it flood so much as it has here lately.
The powerful storms also brought winds reaching 100 miles per hour, downing trees and power lines. It comes as another round of severe weather slams the region, stretching from Missouri to Virginia.
ABC's Sophie Flay reporting.
Hurricane Lala is now weakening to a tropical storm after battering the Hawaiian Islands with torrential rains, life-threatening high surf, and damaging winds.
At one point, nearly 200,000 customers were without power, including small hospitals having to switch to backup generators. The governor crediting first responders for heroic rescue efforts.
They saved lives. They were able to pull an elderly woman out of a tree when her house washed away.
Officials say more than 200 structures were damaged or destroyed. The White House says it's monitoring conditions and ready to offer assistance. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
Pope Leo is weighing in on the ongoing conflict between Israel and the Palestinians.
Cari fratelli e sorelle,
dear brothers and sisters,
rinnovo il mio appello.
I renew my appeal for an end to the repeated violence against the Palestinian civilian population in the West Bank.
The pontiff's comments coming after 6 adults and 3 children were killed in Israeli strikes over the weekend. Pope Leo believes a 2-state solution would lead to far and lasting peace in the region.
The White House is urging Americans to eat real food, but after 2 major outbreaks linked to fresh produce, many are left wondering what's safe right now to eat. News Nation's Mills Hayes reports on the ongoing Cyclospora outbreak.
Since May 1st, the CDC has confirmed nearly 14,000 domestic cases and is reviewing more than 10,000 others. At least 740 people have been hospitalized and 2 have died. The FDA says the iceberg lettuce connected to the Cyclospora outbreak should no longer be in stores or restaurants. FDA investigators are now on the ground at the Taylor Farms operation in Mexico, nearly a month after the lettuce was publicly linked to the outbreak.
Recent poll found 40% of people are buying or eating less produce because of the outbreak.
Downtown Milwaukee is about to get a lot busier. That story next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:05.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
So, ladies, enjoying the charity bachelor auction so far? All right, next up, bid on a date with a true nice guy, a salesman from Soren's Ford in Brookfield.
At Soren's, we aim to please.
Woo! All right, we're going to start the bidding at $1,000 for a date with Mr. Nice Guy.
But I'm only quoted at $500.
Quiet, nice guy. Do I hear $1,200? $1,200?
$500, now wash your car for free.
What are you doing? She said $1,200.
Soren's Ford always offers the best deal possible.
Soren's Ford, 189th and Capitol in Brookfield. You won't find nicer guys or lower prices anywhere.
Bank 5-9 has a mission to make lives better. They make it a priority to give back to their customers, communities, and their employees. In fact, Bank 5-9 was just honored again by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 17 years in a row. Want to learn more about working with the great people at Bank 5-9? Visit bank59.com/careers. That's bank59.com/careers. Equal Opportunity Employer, member FDIC.
Want to feel like yourself again? Milwaukee Weight Loss helps people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections or crazy workouts. Get $200 off now through August 31st. Schedule your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:07.
You know the phrase, if you can't beat him, join him? How about this phrase, if he won't join you, beat him? Sports at 6:15.
Major issues on 4145 southbound near Holy Hill Road. We'll get you an update from Debbie Lozga coming up in 3 minutes. Actress Hayden Panettiere has died. Best known for her roles in the TV shows Heroes and Nashville, Panettiere was open about her struggles with addiction. She was only 36 years old.
Nearly 30 years after Tupac Shakur's murder, the man charged in his death is going to trial.
Dwayne Keith Davis, known as Keefy D, isn't accused of firing the gun that killed Shakur in 1996, but prosecutors allege he planned the drive-by and provided the gun. Prosecutors say Davis's nephew got into a fight with Shakur and his entourage after a Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas. Hours later, Shakur was in the passenger seat when a car pulled up beside him and opened fire.
ABC's Andrea Fujii Davis has pleaded not guilty.
Scammers are sending letters in the mail about a fake life insurance policy worth millions. The letters appear as though a lawyer sent them, say one of their clients has died. This is from consumer expert Michelle Reinen, who was on Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News. She says what signs indicate that it's a scam.
Letters that include minor typos, like repeatedly using a lowercase I instead of the capital I. It was postmarked in Atlanta, Georgia, but it claimed to have come from a Canadian law firm. The name being used in the letter cannot be validated.
Fake letters are also vague and do not name specific relatives.
An office renovation project at Northwestern Mutual downtown will soon bring thousands of employees back to the center of the city. New Milwaukee Business Journal editor-in-chief Timothy Gibbons telling WTMJ, not great news for parking, but good news for businesses.
If you're a restaurant or a other place downtown, though, you're probably more excited about this. As part of that opening, there also will be a restaurant in that building that opens up and, some other things that are in line to take place. So it is going to be an interesting impact on downtown to have, 2,000 more people just suddenly descend on the area.
Northwestern Mutual relocating employees from the Franklin campus to that new North Tower in January.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 610.
Every so often in medicine, something comes along that is truly revolutionary.
Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, former orthopedic surgeon, now National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
I believe this is one of those things.
Dr. Scheinkup is talking about regenerative medicine, something he's practiced, researched, and written about for nearly 2 decades.
The old ways of dealing with joint pain, such as steroids and surgery, are no longer the best ways.
If you have pain from arthritis or injury, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this exciting option, using your own body's natural power to get lasting relief. And there's no better place to learn than QC Kinetics.
There is no one in this country today with more clinics, more satisfied patients, more advanced protocols, or more experience in using this exciting option to deliver life-changing results.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
Time saver traffic at 6:10. We got early trouble, Deb.
Yeah, it's up in Washington County in the Richfield interchange. It's where 41 and 45 merge or split, depending on which direction you're going. Right now, we've got southbound on 41 closed. Right at, they're saying at Holy Hill Road because of a crash. It's closer to 145 is where they're diverting everybody off. Same thing for 45. That one is closed as well, about at the same spot where 145 matches up. So just be careful with that. Now, as far as the northbound is concerned, apparently they did have the left lane blocked for a while. Looks like it's still blocked. Yep. That one is closed at Holy Hill Road. So I believe this whole issue is right generally in the Bonnewell Road area of 41, 45. So just be extra careful heading through that. Try and avoid the area if you can. Other than that, we're actually looking at a pretty good ride shaping up. We really don't have any other delays or any major incidents that are going to affect our ride. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Lauren Larson with your Storm Team forecast. Today will be sunny and mild with high temperatures on either side of 80 degrees. Lows tonight fall to the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. On Tuesday, the humidity is back as we see those temperatures in the low 80s and a chance for some thunderstorms on Tuesday evening. Sunny skies and comfortable conditions as you look towards Wednesday and Thursday, and then rain chances return into the weekend.
Milwaukee's at 69.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Petrano and Eric Bilstad.
And a good Monday morning to you. A lot happening right now on the interstate there, right around the Cabela's there on 4145.
That's a good landmark. There you go.
So we're keeping an eye on that. Debbie will be all over it, but that is a major hassle at the moment, and there seems to be a lot happening there. There's an ambulance on the scene. They got a couple of different lanes shut down in different spots, so that is a hassle right now, especially southbound in that stretch. Meanwhile, the interstate is open on 94 right near the stadium, 35th Street in that stretch. They shut that down late Sunday night as they were investigating a shooting. Sounds like a couple of cars were shooting at each other. Or people inside the cars were shooting at each other, and they are still looking for those vehicles, but had to shut that down to look for the casings and see if they could find any evidence on the roadways.
It doesn't sound like we have any arrests.
It does not.
Or at this point, any idea who it was.
But they did reopen that, so that's fine this morning. Then we had the State Fair, had a situation there. So on the final day of the Wisconsin State Fair, seems like Spin City got a little out of hand late yesterday. They had to call in officers there. Channel 12 reporting that at least one officer was punched in the face during some scuffles and some melee in that stretch. Now, you were there Saturday. They were doing the ID checks, right, when you were rolling through.
It's interesting. They do, and State Fair instituted, I can't tell you when, but a parental escort or a no minors, however you want to define the policy. If you're 17 or younger, you don't get in by yourself. And there were, at the gate that I entered, there were officers actively checking IDs. Just, not letting people in without those adults. So that was happening. I mean, State Fair Saturday night was healthy crowded, not one of those crowds where you can't move.
Right, just overwhelming.
Like, this is great for the fair, but I can't move.
Yeah.
But also a lot of energy. So really, really pleasant Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I'm sure we will get more details about what occurred late Sunday as the day goes on. 6:15.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Vince Vitrano here for the Compassionate Team at Curative Care. More than a century of helping people with developmental disabilities live more fulfilled lives and helping support their families who are trying to make that happen. Now, how do they do it? More than 20,000 therapy visits last year alone, meeting the growing demand for pediatric therapy. They put people to work. So many of our friends and loved ones who have disabilities are ready to work and they're up to the job. Well, Curative gives them that chance through its commercial services division. When I was out there last at the Tosa campus for a visit, we stopped in on the Adult Day Services group. People of all ages, abilities, having meaningful experiences through outings, events, and community engagement. Had such a good time. If you know someone who is looking for answers and support for a loved one who has developmental disabilities, these are wonderful people who can help. Visited curative.org. That's curative.org today.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Jake Bowers, your table is ready.
Here's the 1-0 to Bowers, and a liner into left center field. That's going to plug the gap and roll all the way to the wall. Churio around second. He's not stopping at third. Matt Erickson gives him the windmill, and the Brewers played a huge insurance run here in the seventh inning on an RBI double from Jake Bowers. 4 for 4 today for the Southern California native.
What a weekend for Bowers. 6 for 13, 5 walks. That huge day on Sunday. Big weekend for the Crew also. They take the series from L.A. 6-2 the final on Sunday. Bowers speaking to reporters after the game.
You take 3 out of 4. It feels good, and I think it lets everybody in the clubhouse know that we can play with these guys. Whatever happens in October is whatever happens, but I think the anticipation is we're going to have to get through these guys. So just for everyone to come in here and see that we can hang with these guys, we can play with them, and if we execute, we can beat them.
No game today. Then the Brewers are back home tomorrow. 3 against the Mariners, then 3 more against the Braves. So how about that huge weekend for the Crew?
So many Brewers fans even saying, the playoffs. Well, you can't win an October series in August, so let's win.
Yes.
Let's win that one.
And they did. And Logan Henderson outpitched Tarek Skubal yesterday.
I love that. Packers have only one training camp practice that's open to fans this week. That'll be tomorrow. For those who went Sunday, though, they got to see something that has not happened since November of last season.
Yeah, I'm just getting back on the horse.
Tight end Tucker Kraft back doing full-on live reps coming off that ACL surgery that ended his last season. Kraft says he doesn't just want to come back. He is working on coming back better.
Now that I've gotten back to team reps, as I continue to accumulate reps, I hope I can continue to rise my game as well. Take myself, to new heights rather than just return to pre-injury.
So he's been studying other guys that he respects in the league, trying to pick up new techniques, do new things, wants to come back better. Kraft practicing despite being in the final year of his contract. What he has to say about negotiations for a new deal coming up in sports at 6:45. Packers play the Broncos in Denver Friday night.
We talking about practice.
Lots of issues on the roadways. We got Debbie Lauska here in 2 minutes.
Just doing some roofing on another lovely Wisconsin day. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, it's just roofing done the old-fashioned way. Do you need shingles? Let's mingle, for a Wisconsin tradition never dwindles. So raise a glass, shake a hand for this old-fashioned brand. Whoop, that's old-fashioned roofing.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lauska here, and every morning I talk about traffic backups and slowdowns around Milwaukee. Well, at Sewer Ninjas, they help homeowners avoid a different kind of backup, a sewer backup. Not great. Sewer Ninjas is a Wisconsin family-owned company specializing in sewer camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs that, get this, can often be completed without tearing up your yard. Their goal is simple: find problems early and help homeowners avoid costly surprises. You can learn more at sewerninjas.com. That's sewerninjas.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi.
And Kristen Bry of Point Taken.
What's more important than having a special needs child turning 18 who needs guardianship?
Or helping aging parents plan for long-term care.
Thankfully, the attorneys at Walney Legal Group can help with both.
No intimidating lawyers, Walney Legal provides a customized, friendly experience to help make these processes as straightforward and streamlined as possible.
So whether you're planning for aging parents
or establishing a strong legal foundation for a special needs child, visit WALNYlegal.com.
From the post-game to the morning show, there's no rest for baseball for Dominic Cotroneo, our Brewers 360 guest every Monday at 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I don't care about a team record. I don't care about 100 wins. I don't care about any of that. Make sure that you are in tip-top shape the moment the playoffs start.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Cannon and Dumphy, and Ridgetop Exteriors.
6:21. Debbie, get us an update here to the northwest of Milwaukee.
Yeah, this is in the Richfield interchange area. So where 41 and 45 merge or split, depending on the direction. So here's what we got. 41 southbound's closed right at the ramp from 145 to southbound 41. Your alternate route there would be to take westbound 145 over to 175, take that south to 167 and get back on that way. And 45 is also closed at 145. So it's basically the same alternate route. Take westbound 145, go south on 175, and then east on 167, and that should be able to get you around this issue. Either way, though, that's going to be there for a while. I haven't gotten too many details on the actual accident, but it's something you want to make sure you're aware of. Northbound 41 also still has the left lane blocked. I believe that is part of the same accident. So from about Holy Hill Road or 167 on up. I'm Debbie Lauska with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com. See how they're renovating homes and redeeming an industry. Nice one today. Mostly sunny, high of 80 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight. Low down to 64. Humid with afternoon or evening storms returning on Tuesday, high of 82. Wednesday, mostly sunny and less humid with a high of 77. We're at 69 in Milwaukee.
A record stretch at sea for the USS Abraham Lincoln. Now, Pentagon and others pushing back on claims of low morale and declining mental health, but obviously they've been out to sea a long time, more than 250 days, so there are concerns about the conditions on board.
Reports of poor conditions on the USS Abraham Lincoln leading to fallout in Washington. The 5,000 sailors and Marines have been at sea for a record 268 days. Some aboard the ship telling CNN,
I haven't stepped off the ship in the year 2026.
Describing it as awe-inspiring, U.S. Central Command posting video of CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper visiting sailors with reports of extreme exhaustion, low morale, and growing mental health concerns.
They've been pushing back a little bit on it, saying that there's a small number of service members on the ship who have been treated for mental health, but there's been no loss of life. There have been reports of at least one sailor who has jumped off the ship, but was rescued and brought back on board. So have been some questions about, like, well, how does this happen? Why aren't there ports for them to go to? Well, when there's a war like this taking place with Iran, just a lot of them just aren't safe to go to, so that's why they stay at sea. Here's former Joint Chiefs of Staff Chair Admiral Mike Mullen. He was on ABC's This Week.
Those places where we normally would go for some rest and relaxation, they weren't usable. So the planning with respect to that, I think you had to adjust on the fly, and it became very, very difficult to find a place to do that. So basically you end up staying at sea.
Right, and that's the biggest issue. And also when you are at a port, sometimes you're not even able to get off the ship necessarily. So it's not, all 5,000 all on the same day aren't jumping off and going different places. So that's part of the issue here. I thought this is really interesting. You hear this lady who was on Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News.
Libby had her on.
Yeah, Carrie Bell from Beloit works on aircraft carriers. And she's an onboard mental health therapist. So she was with Libby Collins on Sunday talking about this. And she spends like up to 90 hours per week where she would talk to sailors and how they manage stress.
The camaraderie on a ship is everything. You really see the crew come together and looking out for each other. Believe it or not, there's a lot of pride that goes along with a hard deployment. What records did we set? There was nothing else like the deployment we had, that a sailor loves bragging rights to their difficult time when it's over.
So this is interesting. Do you ever notice this? Like if you were just like in a busy stretch at work, or if when you go on vacation, you're in your zone of vacation for however many days, and then you come back to the real world and things are a little bit different. You're like, oh, I've been unplugged this whole time. I didn't realize this was happening, or that construction has changed, or, whatever.
Or you come back to work and the project's done that you were part of it. Oh, all right.
Oh, that's great. So this is interesting to me. She talked about how that's kind of how it is for sailors. Not that they're on vacation by any means, but like they're in this process day in and day out. And when they get home, like everything is different.
We call it Groundhog's Day. It's like every day is like the one before is like the one before. And believe it or not, the time goes by incredibly fast. I call it the time machine. Like you step on board and then deployment's over. But back here, life is happening. And so it's almost like you walk off the ship and you look around and holy cow, my whole life has changed while I'm gone, and nothing changed for me.
Yeah, right? Like you're just going through
even the scenery.
Right, yeah. Then you get back and, oh my God, your kid is 9 months older, a year older, whatever it might be, and that can just kind of throw you. So there's an adjustment there. So right now, obviously there's some concern in Washington over what's happening, and you have some Democratic lawmakers calling for an investigation. Here's Senator Ruben Gallego.
There's a deep, deep, deep mistrust of this leadership. The Secretary of Defense is absolutely not qualified to be leading the Department of Defense.
And as of now, the USS Lincoln has yet to be in port since last year.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow Jones Industrial left things Friday at 53,732. That was down a little more than 100 points. NASDAQ at 26,729. Where we start today in the S&P 500 at 7786. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Bottom of the hour update from ABC News coming your way next.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lazaga here for WTMJ's Home Improvement Showcase, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I'm here with owner of Comfort Awnings, Ben Susan. Good morning, Ben.
Morning, Debbie.
Hey, Ben, I cannot say enough about the awning that I had installed over my patio from Comfort Awnings. Wisconsin weather is obviously unpredictable. We've seen that this year. But I love the fact that I can just reclaim my outdoor space and relax. Tell us a little bit more about your unique product.
Yeah, we offer Sinesta retractable awnings. They're fully motorized and automated. We can install wind sensors, rain sensors that make that awning function all on its own, so you can expand that living space without worrying about the threat of the bad weather.
Oh, that's great. And what I really appreciate is that Comfort Awnings is a local family-owned company in Burlington. They've got a customized approach when it comes to installation, service, and options. So how does your team customize for every client?
I have a trained awning designer on site, meeting with the homeowners for the original meeting. They look at colors, they look at all the options. You can pretty much design your awning with all the features that you want right on the spot.
And that was fun, by the way. Well, summer's not over yet, and as I said, my awning allows me to enjoy my patio year-round, even in the winter, believe it or not. So, Ben, why is today a great time to get an awning or screen installed from Comfort Awnings? And how do folks get a hold of you guys?
You can reach us at 414 Awnings, and right now we're offering a $200 off, and if you mention this commercial, we'll throw in a free wind sensor.
Nice. Well, this has been the WTMJ Home Improvement Showcase, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I'm here with Ben Zusin of Comfort Awnings in Burlington. Thanks so much, Ben, for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, if you're interested, inquire about your own awning or screen installation today at 414 Awnings or comfortawnings.com.
Streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. It's fairly obvious they were inspired by Hasseless mattress. Hasseless showrooms are employee-free, plus unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic, plus free next-day delivery, plus 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit, plus a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Maybe we should change our name to Hasseless Plus. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasseless.com.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you were so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The 2-month window that was supposed to allow for negotiations to end the war between the U.S. and Iran expires today, and there's no agreement. President Trump now saying he may soon declare the Strait of Hormuz American territory. Ukraine over the weekend launched one of its biggest attacks on Russia, says ABC's Lama Hassan.
This was a massive attack, the Russian Defense Ministry saying it destroyed more than 800 Ukrainian drones overnight. Moscow's mayor adding that some 600 drones were detected heading toward the Russian capital, shooting down a third of them, but still at least 7 people across Russia were killed.
Actress Hayden Panettiere has died. Her father confirming she passed away Sunday in South Carolina. The star of Heroes in Nashville was 36. No cause has been announced. Now, Tropical Storm Lala brushing past Hawaii. It's blamed for at least 1 death, while the death toll in record flooding in Indiana is now up to at least 7 people. This is ABC News.
Well, things are still kind of not great in Washington County. 4145 has a major accident on it. So 45 is closed right at Highway 145. Southbound 41 is also closed at Highway 145. Your best alternate would be to exit at 145, go west to 175, take that all the way to Holy Hill Road and get back onto the freeway that way. Also, northbound 4145 has got the left lane blocked because of this crash. So try and avoid the area if you can. That would probably save you a lot of aggravation. Westbound 94 is starting to tighten up a bit through the Stadium interchange from just past 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny skies, high of 80 degrees, partly cloudy tonight, low of 64, Milwaukee at 69. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office investigating a shooting between 2 vehicles on I-94.
Caller says that 2 vehicles were shooting at each other.
Couldn't give any other information. Dark colored city of roughly 7 shots.
Emergency radio transmissions on Broadcastify as the sheriff's office says shooting was on the freeway between 25th and 16th Streets about 10:30 last night. Freeway was closed during the investigation. It's back open this morning. No injuries reported.
On a day we're reporting on slowdowns and crashes on the interstate, we have another phase in the construction on I-94 West near the stadium, with eastbound traffic dropping from 3 lanes to 2.
This lane reduction runs between 70th Street and General Mitchell Boulevard. Wisconsin DOT's Eric Hansen says the space will be used for the next piece of construction.
This closure is scheduled to remain through later this fall, and this will give us a work zone to place permanent concrete pavement for the future eastbound lanes.
No worries so far for the folks headed in the other direction.
For I-94 westbound through the corridor, that traffic will remain in its current configuration.
Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
Woman now facing charges accused of hiding a man who shot 3 people in Milwaukee.
38-year-old Elena Cole is accused of hiding 36-year-old Thomas Zollicoffer in her home and leaving him alone with her 3 children aged 15, 10, and 6 while she went out drinking. Zollicoffer killed 3 people on August 8th in 2 separate shootings, one of them related to domestic violence. Cole told people she knew what he had done and didn't call police because she, quote, did not want to get into it. She faces 1 count of harboring a fugitive and 3 counts of child neglect. Elizabeth Linton and WTMJ News.
Local businesses are getting some tariff relief after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down some of President Trump's most sweeping tariffs. Tens of thousands have applied for refunds, but that doesn't mean consumers will see prices go down. Wisconsin businesses getting about $350 million in refunds.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Every child in foster care deserves someone who believes in them. That's why La Causa is looking for more foster parents.
They never really checked on me, and that's why I appreciate La Causa tremendously, because they were the ones that showed me we care. I met my La Causa team, all brilliant people, and people that wanted to see me succeed.
That kind of care can change a life. Learn how you can become a foster parent with La Causa at lacausa.org.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
The guy who apparently we were going to trade bested the guy we were trying to get. Sports at 6:45.
You may not recognize the name, but you might recognize the face. Actress Hayden Panettiere has died. Just 36 years old, and she passed away Sunday.
Hayden Panettiere began acting when she was a baby, appearing in a commercial at just 11 months old. At just 17, she became a household name, starring in the hit superhero show Heroes as Claire, the indestructible cheerleader at the center of the show's famous tagline.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
On Nashville, she played Juliette Barnes, the ambitious country star with a troubled past, earning 2 Golden Globe nominations.
So Panettiere was fairly open about her addiction. She struggled with alcohol abuse and opioid abuse, and also struggled with depression. They say her death does not look suspicious or anything like that. Someone was called to her home. Police were called and EMTs were called to her home on Sunday, going into cardiac arrest. But just 36 years old, just clearly her body had been going through. I mean, we'll learn more obviously after that. Her brother had just recently died by suicide a couple of years ago. So just just struggled here the last few years, but had looked to be sober, but clearly had some demons she'd been battling, and she discussed openly about.
I don't remember that second show, but the Hero show
Nashville?
was a big deal for NBC. They were all in on that for a while, and actually was a really good show.
Good run.
Yeah, had a pretty good run.
Yeah. And I mean, I remember her as a kid in commercials too. Like you could tell that she had it, right? She had it as an actress. She knew how to do it even at the young age of 8 in some of these cases. So yeah, way too young, 36 years old.
Coming up, I think they're back. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:38.
When should you take Social Security? Hi, I'm Tony Drake, certified financial planner and founder of Drake & Associates right here in Wisconsin. For many retirees, Social Security is one of the most important income sources they'll have. But deciding when to claim your benefits isn't always simple. Claim early, and your monthly benefits may be permanently reduced. Wait too long, and you might miss years of income you could have received. The right strategy depends on several factors: your health, your spouse's benefits, your other retirement income, and how taxes could affect what you keep. At Drake & Associates, we help Wisconsin families coordinate Social Security with the rest of their retirement plan so it works alongside your investments, taxes, and income strategy. To help you get started, I'm offering my complimentary retirement toolkit. It includes my book, Get Retirement Ready, and 5 guides that explain how Social Security fits into a complete retirement plan. Call 414-897-9522 or text TAX to that number for your no-cost toolkit. That's 414-897-9522 or text the word TAX to 414-897-9522. Because when it comes to Social Security, the right timing can make a big difference.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Traffic is sponsored by the Delafield Brewhouse in the heart of Lake Country. Now on tap at the Delafield Brewhouse, Strawberry Ale, a semi-sweet, light-bodied ale made with 100% pure fruit. Easy to drink and enjoy at the Delafield Brewhouse.
Debbie, checking in with you on this situation on 4145.
Yeah, this one looks like it might have been a deadly accident, so we're going to get some more details on it as soon as we can. But the way it's working out is right about at the Richfield interchange where 41 and 45 merge. Southbound 41 is closed at Highway 145, so you'll need to get off at 145, head west to 175, take that south to Holy Hill Road and get back on that way. 45 is also closed at 145. So again, exit at 145, head west to 175, down to Holy Hill Road and get back on that way. The northbound side, they do have the left lane blocked just about at Holy Hill Road. So keep that in mind. You're going to need to make your way around that. The westbound side of 94, we're seeing backups, pretty typical stuff, just west of 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound still pretty clear. Northbound 41 tightening up just a bit right past Hampton. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Lauren Larson with your Storm Team forecast. Today will be sunny and mild with high temperatures on either side of 80 degrees. Lows tonight fall to the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. On Tuesday, the humidity is back as we see those temperatures in the low 80s and a chance for some thunderstorms on Tuesday evening. Sunny skies and comfortable conditions as you look towards Wednesday and Thursday, and then rain chances return into the weekend.
Milwaukee's at 69. 6:42 on this Monday morning. You tell me what this sound is. I had my nephew hanging out this weekend, and he wanted to ride his scooter around the neighborhood, and that's what I noticed. Is it not cicadas?
It sounds like a lot of bugs now. Seems louder than before.
You tell me. That's cicadas, right? You questioned. I said, I got the cicadas.
I was getting my bugs mixed up. Yes, I'm sure that's a cicada.
Yeah? I think we need to play the open.
Give it up for John Cicada.
It's kind of almost deafening.
With billions of cicadas emerging at the same time.
So we really hit on this in 2024. That's when we had the historic double brood.
Yes, yeah.
Right? It was a major year for cicadas across the eastern part of the country.
You're going to get trillions of these amazing living organisms come out of the earth. It's like an entire alien species living underneath our feet. And then some prime number years, they come out to say hello, and all they do is just climb up on trees and pee. That's as much damage as they do.
If that one didn't win a Quotey, I don't know what would. That was a professor.
The pure happiness that he had for
He
these
was really
bugs.
excited. Professor at Georgia Tech, who's an expert in this field, speaking about it that couple of years ago. I looked it up. USA Today in spring published, no major 13 or 17-year cicada broods are set to emerge nationwide, though a small number of insects emerging in off years known as stragglers may still be buzzing about.
Yeah, I think every year you hear them.
I feel like, yes, but then
It's
we had
always
that
in
year and it was
August.
like, well, they will come or they won't come, and this year it's two.
Yeah, so you have
So
like
we always have them?
Yeah, every year around this time, once it seems like in August it really starts to ramp up. But yeah, no, it's not just only 17 years and that's it. Like, no, they're here all
If
the time.
only.
Yeah,
They're loud.
I thought that was a standard sound of summer in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that and crickets.
Yeah, agreed. Sometimes frogs.
Well, they're definitely back. The cicadas. I mean, cicadas.
Looking to build or remodel? Then the 80th MBA Parade of Homes is where your vision begins. Explore 17 extraordinary homes in 2 locations, Quietwood in Menominee Falls and the Snyder Farm in Oconomowoc. Each home showcases premium craftsmanship and design shaped for the way you want to live. Walk through spaces that spark ideas, elevate expectations, and inspire your next chapter. The parade runs August 15th through September 7th. For tickets and locations, visit mbaparadeofhomes.com.
It's an important message for all the sports parents out there. It's a big commitment. When you're shepherding your kids through all the sports stuff they do, we spend all these hours driving to practice, driving to games, investing in the equipment, the training, and the travel. Vince Vitrano for MD Hyperbaric. How come when injuries happen, sometimes we pay it short shrift? Why aren't we investing in recovery too? At MD Hyperbaric, which is hyperbaric oxygen therapy, it can help support the body's natural healing process. Now, whether it's recovering from a sports injury or among those sports injuries, really serious concussions, because it's not just about getting your athlete back on the field. It's about helping them recover for school, for work, and more importantly, for life long after the season ends. Learn more at mdhyperbaric.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The Brewers get a much-needed day off today after a big weekend, a big Sunday where they were looking to take the series against the mighty Dodgers. Logan Henderson versus Tarek Skubal. So what do you think, Logan?
Yeah, I mean, I know I got to be really good because he's really good.
Well, it's true. Well, on this day, Henderson was better.
Henderson brings home the 3-2, and it's a tapper. Off the mound is Henderson. He fields, runs to the first base bag himself, and retires Tucker. And Logan Henderson, with 7 innings here this afternoon at Dodger Stadium, will leave this game with a 4-1 lead. A sensational performance from Logan.
Henderson would go 7 innings, allowing just 1 run as the Brewers win 6-2, taking the series from the Dodgers. Henderson telling reporters like Adam McKelvey after the game it was a huge win for them.
I mean, a little momentum, and I mean, after obviously getting swept in San Diego, I think this was huge for us.
No game today. Up next, back home tomorrow night against the Seattle Mariners.
Now, this guy's coming off a major injury. He's not under long-term contract, and despite there being Quite some precedent for holding out in exactly these types of situations. He's back to full contact in training camp.
I want to continually prove people wrong about what they think my box of abilities are.
That's Packers tight end Tucker Kraft. Returned Sunday to 11-on-11 scrimmaging at camp, coming off that ACL injury and in the final year of his contract.
We're talking about practice.
Well, this is notable. His people in talks with the Packers about a new deal, and Kraft says, I'm doing what I do. My approach is prove myself worthy of all that.
That's a whole part of this process is me day in and day out, coming in, being consistent, stacking days without setbacks, and accumulating these reps now in a team setting so that they can see my health and we can just keep taking the talks from there.
Taking the talks from there. Now, Kraft says he will be ready week 1 for sure. Would like to get some preseason game reps. Unsure if that's the plan. Packers play the Broncos on Friday in their second of 3 preseason games. 6:48 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Step right up and see the magnificent Beck sofa at Penny Mustard.
What's with the circus getup?
Ever seen a clown car?
With clowns that keep climbing out one after another?
Exactly. The Beck sofa is Penny Mustard's clown car.
How so?
The Beck's appears to be a petite, apartment-sized sofa.
Yeah.
But it can hold contortionists, lion tamers, and the ringmaster too.
Step right up and see the Beck sofa, starting at $19.77 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Having a plan and having a strategy are not the same thing. Vince Vitrano here for Margol Media, a Milwaukee-based full-service digital marketing agency that will help your business grow. Maybe you've been out there. You might even do a lot of this in-house. You're buying some ads on social media. What's your overall goal? Who are you targeting with that marketing? What do you want your ads to accomplish? And most importantly, how's it working for you? If you don't have answers to a few of these basic questions, you may not have a strategy. Not to worry, Margol will take it from there. It's Shane and his team. They're experienced professional experts in digital marketing. They align your business goals with the right digital solutions, and they deliver measurable results. The initial consultation is free, so you lose nothing by just sitting down and seeing what Margol can do for you. Tell them Vinny sent you. Margol Media, that's MARGLE media.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey, WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
You're talking about practice.
We're kind of indefinitely waiting for them to get their act together here.
Maybe we do some bits.
Does anybody really listen to what I say at the end of these things? You know what I mean? Like, do some people really tune in?
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 10 minutes before 7 o'clock.
Problems continue. Southbound on 41 is closed at Highway 145 near the Richfield interchange, right near Cabela's there, because of a serious accident. Your alternate route would be to exit at 145, head west to 175, take that all the way down to Holy Hill Road, get back onto the freeway that way. It looks like they may have reopened Highway 45. Either way, though, it's still going to be kind of a difficult ride through that area. And northbound also has the left lane blocked at Holy Hill Road. So you just do it. Well, if you don't want to deal with having to wait through that, you can just exit at Holy Hill Road, go west to 175, all that stuff. So it's basically the other way around. Just be careful heading through that whole area because it sounds like it might have been a deadly accident. So just give them room to do what they need to do. Westbound 94 backed up from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing out of the stadium interchange to about 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Beautiful summer day today. Sunny, high of 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 64. Tomorrow, humid. There are storms likely later in the day tomorrow, high of 82.
.652 on Wisconsin's Morning News. There's a new poll out in the race for governor, but what, if anything, should we take away from its results? And is the steady stream of polling data and us talking about it, to be honest, going beyond telling us as voters what's happening in these political races to a point where they're dramatically affecting the outcome? And are we okay with that?
Happening today.
So first on the new poll, this is a Badger Battleground poll. Heard of that before. The poll was conducted by Platform Communications. It's a small sample size, although people are always startled at how few people are involved in these polls. What will we do in the gubernatorial election? Something like 3 million votes?
Something like that.
Right? This is a poll of 550 people. But if you've ever taken a statistics class, folks will tell you that the sample size, depending on how they do it, if they conduct the poll properly, it's actually fairly representative. Nonetheless, this is across the state. It was conducted by phone. It shows, according to a news release, at this initial stage, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley leads Congressman Tom Tiffany by a narrow 48-44 margin on the gubernatorial ballot. And then it's got some other breakdowns of independents and battleground districts, etc. I didn't see a margin of error on the poll.
I was just about to ask. It's typically a couple of percentage points.
It's several, right? It can be 2 to 4 or whatever. So this could well be within the margin, or County Executive Crowley could actually have a bigger lead, depending on how you read that. But I didn't see what that margin is. And I won't even really get much more into the other numbers because I asked this question sincerely. What even does it matter? We don't vote again. I mean, early voting hasn't even begun. So we don't vote again until November. And what's it matter who's leading here or there?
No, it doesn't necessarily matter to the voter potentially, but it does to others, right? Like
yes.
Insiders and...
Yeah, and increasingly, I feel like it also does matter to the voters, how closely we follow all this. Now, as we saw in the last election, polls don't vote. Ultimately, people vote, and that's the only poll that really counts in the end. Now, County Executive Crowley was critical of the polling, suggesting in the primary that it played into his decision to initially drop out of the race. Here's what he told us, remember, on Wisconsin's Morning News.
We made that decision based off of the data and the facts that we had at the time. And as everybody in this state and across the country has seen that every day since we had suspended the campaign, we learned that the data and the facts were false.
So in the case of this most recent poll, the Crowley campaign is all in, sending out the results in their own news release Sunday morning. So when it's a good result,
when you're up, it's great.
Right.
When you're down, it's no good.
Yeah, this poll is whack. Right. So I'll answer my question, though. What even does it matter in this way? Polls, for whatever they are worth, are clearly affecting these races. That's one example where the polling was showing County Executive Crowley at the time, I don't see a path to victory here. The polls have me down. The polls have me down. So he quit the race, even though he ultimately ends up getting back in and running because guess what? From the time the polls are done to the time we actually vote, things happen. That's one of those things where folks who've been critical of the polling, and I'm not here to carry water for Franklin over there at Marquette or whatever. Well, that poll was wrong. Well, was it wrong? It got a lot right.
And there were a lot of undecideds, which I think is fair. I think there were a lot of undecideds.
Yes, and there was so much churn in a matter of just 3 weeks. Everybody's behind this person's out, then this person's back, and all of those things were happening. And we have to remember this about polls. It's a snapshot in time. Just because someone answered 3-4 weeks before an election, I'm likely to vote for this person, doesn't mean that in the 3-4 weeks later, that voter changed his or her mind. And that doesn't mean that the poll was wrong then. It was maybe right at the time. But if we mean the polls are entirely 100% predictive of the eventual outcome, I think that's the wrong take on what a poll is.
Well, so parties, I mean, you always hear stories of oftentimes if the race is not going well for one candidate, you'll hear that the national money's out, like the national party, whether it's Republican or Democrat, they're pulling their money out of the state, or the PACs are pulling their money and re-implementing it someplace else. Because, I mean, clearly they're reading some type of numbers. They're looking at whether it's internal polls or others.
Because especially if you're throwing money behind it, everybody wants to back a viable candidate. You want to be able to influence the election so that your candidate wins for a matter of policy. But also, if you're going to, as an individual, spend $10,000 or as a PAC, however many millions,
you have
perhaps.
So much you have to spend. How much you're going to put toward Wisconsin versus someplace else if you think your candidate's going to win.
And you want a return on that investment, like, for example,
an ROI,
the ability to call in a favor then. Hey, remember, I was there for you. You won. Now I need a little bit of juice on this, or I need a little bit of juice on that. And I'm not suggesting illegal things happen, but you want to curry influence. That's why the big money gets thrown behind certain candidates. And so that polling does matter at that point and actually moves the participants in the race to perhaps take certain actions. But there's your new poll out for today for what it's worth. The business headlines are up next. They're sponsored by Abbey Home. Go to abbyhome.com today.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Manufacturer Briggs & Stratton returns to profitability and sales growth after its 2020 bankruptcy, but CEO Christina Cernelia says there are no plans to resume large-scale manufacturing at the Wauwatosa headquarters. Milwaukee-based mutual fund firm Heartland Advisors moves from BMO Tower in downtown Milwaukee to the Associated Bank River Center, one block away. Heartland funds manage about $2 billion in assets. A new senior living community for Racine County. Archwood Senior Living breaks ground this fall on Union Grove Place with 50 units offering assisted living and memory care services. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Abbey Window. Are you looking to upgrade your bathroom with a new walk-in shower or a new tub? At Abbey Home, we take everything down to the studs, pull the plumbing permits, and you have a brand new bath or shower in as little as one day. And to top it off, we're having our 16-year anniversary sale. Right now, get a free shower door with your new bath or shower. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl. Go to abbyhome.com today or give us a call, 414-436-ABBY, 414-436-2229.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special?
The welcomeness. People are so friendly. If you have a problem, you can go to anybody. The community and the sense of safety provided for my mom and dad, and it's just like the most wonderful place to be.
They're just delightful, everyone. I don't see staff, I see friends. And I really do feel that.
And you couldn't live in more beautiful grounds.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Many people feeling close to retirement ask themselves, do I have enough?
Am I missing something?
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, we provide clarity during our complimentary, no-pressure consultation. We're independent advisors using big firm tools with a boutique-style approach.
And no crickets. We stay in touch so you're never left wondering.
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, let us show you how to capture the upside, limit the downside, and feel good inside.
Visit dwstrategies.com.
Securities and investment services offered through Mosaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, August 17th, our top story. Motorcycle crash leading to a freeway closure in Washington County.
I'm Eric Bilstead. A chaotic final night at the fair.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Yeah, that freeway closure still kind of in effect. 41 southbound is closed at Highway 145 right before you get to the Richfield interchange where 41 and 45 merge. You'll need to exit at 145, head west to Highway 175, take that south to Holy Hill Road, and then get back onto the freeway that way. On northbound 41, we do have the left lane blocked right at Holy Hill Road. Also, the southbound side, the left lane is blocked right at that spot as well. So just be extra careful heading through that. And that said, there's also an accident, 4394 northbound at Beecher. The left shoulder is blocked there. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, mostly sunny skies today. High of 80 degrees, partly cloudy overnight, and a low of 64. Milwaukee's at 70. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, stretch of 94 in Milwaukee back open this morning. Authorities investigating a shooting between two vehicles.
Caller says that two vehicles were shooting at each other. Couldn't give any other information. Dark colored city of roughly 7 shots.
Dispatch audio there, courtesy of Broadcastify, as the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office says the shooting was on the freeway between 25th and 16th Streets about 10:30 last night. No injuries reported.
The end to the Wisconsin State Fair brought multiple fights near all the rides.
All right, we're moving in with the horses. Large fight.
Scanner audio from Broadcastify and video on social media shows a large number of West Dallas police responding to the Spin City area on the fairgrounds last night. Multiple fights broke out, officers chasing after people as they tried to clear the area. Dispatch audio also indicates one officer was apparently punched in the face during the incident. Police have not said whether anyone else was injured or whether any arrests were made. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee County court official facing felony charges now. Police say they discovered a drug operation at her home.
The basement of a home owned by Samotria Matthews was used to package, store, and manufacture fentanyl and cocaine, according to a criminal complaint. Matthews was a deputy division administrator for the Milwaukee County Clerk of Circuit Court, according to a LinkedIn profile. Her two family members, Rodney and Terrion Matthews, face multiple felonies related to drug possession with intent to deliver and for leading police on two high-speed chases. Samotria is charged with maintaining a drug trafficking place as party to a crime. All three have their first court appearance set for this morning. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The 7 people killed in flooding across the state of Indiana. The devastation part of a massive chain of thunderstorms that stretched from the Rockies to Appalachia.
In West Virginia, roads overflowing from the torrential downpour, emergency crews racing to rescue cars stuck in the floods. In Kentucky, shoppers pelted with rain and strong wind as they crossed the parking lot of this shopping center. And in Inglewood, Colorado, a snowplow seen moving mounds of hail off the road following a severe thunderstorm.
ABC's Alex Perez.
President Trump says he wants to substantially reduce joint military exercises with South Korea. President citing his very good relationship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
We know North Korean troops are gaining experience of fighting alongside the Russians against Ukraine, that they supply Iran with missile technology, and that only last week they test-fired another ballistic missile. Analysts now saying their missiles could be capable of reaching North America.
It's ABC's Britt Clinette reporting.
TV and movie actress Hayden Panettiere has died in her home in Greenville, South Carolina.
Interviewing for head coaching jobs. Gotten 11 offers and certainly no time for you.
Hayden Panettiere once said that acting in Remember the Titans alongside Denzel Washington was her favorite role ever. She was just 10 years old. She would go on to star in Heroes and as the troubled country star Juliet Barnes in Nashville. But when the cameras were off, Panettiere was just as troubled as her character on that show. She said she was introduced to drugs at 16 and had a long, complicated struggle with drug and alcohol addiction. She suffered from severe postpartum depression after the birth of her daughter 12 years ago. This coming Friday would have been Hayden Panettiere's 37th birthday. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Coming up, a murder case 3 decades in the making begins today. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:05.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. You've gotten really good at living with that joint pain, haven't you? When the knees or the hips are screaming, you shift your weight. When the shoulders are stiff, you skip those workouts. When the back acts up, you try a new sleeping position, and when it comes to kneeling, well, forget about it. You may be told you need surgery, but before you make that decision, get a second opinion from QC Kinetics. There's no undo button from surgery, especially a replacement. Call QC Kinetics to learn about its regenerative treatments. No scalpel and long recovery, just your body's natural healing process that may help some patients totally avoid surgery. The time is now. You can set up a free consultation and you can explore your options. Call 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. Call QC Kinetics and find out what they can do for you. Find out how to live joint pain free. Call QC Kinetics today.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
You know the saying, if you can't beat him, join him? How about if he won't join you, go ahead and beat him? Sports at 7:15.
30 years after the shooting death of hip-hop legend Tupac Shakur, the murder trial set to begin officially today.
The rapper was gunned down on the Las Vegas Strip during his height of his career. Former gang leader Dwayne Davis is being accused of orchestrating the murder. For years, Davis allegedly bragged about his role in the killing, even wrote a book about it. Now Davis claims that his story was all a lie just to sell books. Prosecutors say this trial could last well over a month, and if convicted, he faces life in prison without parole.
News Nation's Alicia Nieves. Davis was arrested in September of 2023. He's been in custody ever since.
Universities of Wisconsin making a budget request for new business and entrepreneur programs. Milwaukee Business Journal editor-in-chief Timothy Gibbons on WTMJ talking about the $240 million proposal.
It's two different programs, Tech for Tomorrow and Accelerate Wisconsin, that would commercialize technology that's developed at the university, and Accelerate Wisconsin would help entrepreneurs who are creating their own businesses.
UW system wants to create some 300,000, quote, career-ready workers, help 1 million workers learn new skills for better jobs, and create 2,500 new businesses over the next decade. UW Board of Regents will consider the proposal later this week.
Heads up 94 eastbound. You're going to notice some traffic changes as you're heading into the city. Starting tonight, they're going to take another lane away in some of those stretches. Meanwhile, trade-off coming for drivers on the I-43 Rock Freeway as well. One northbound entrance is reopening while another prepares to close.
So starting the morning of Wednesday, August 19th, that Highway 83 entrance ramp to 43 northbound that's been closed for a while in McGuanago, that is scheduled to reopen that Wednesday morning.
That's Wisconsin DOT's Eric Hansen. The second change is at Highway 164.
The Highway 164 entrance ramp to 43 northbound and the Waukesha and Big Bend area, that ramp will begin a long-term closure that same day and will remain closed through later the fall this year.
That closure affects the northbound entrance near Big Bend. Debbie Laziga, WTMJ News.
That is a long project taking place on 43 there through Waukesha County.
I'm sorry, which one? Yes. 7:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
For 176 years, St. Vincent de Paul Society of Milwaukee has been neighbors helping neighbors, working to eliminate poverty and hunger with compassion and dignity. When families face hard times, our volunteers step in. Over 600 trained volunteers ready to meet people where they're at, in their homes. And that's what our Neighbors Helping Neighbors home visit program is all about. Volunteers travel in pairs, listening first, then offering personalized support. They provide families and individuals with things like furniture, beds, food, clothing, and connect them to vital community resources, help that provides stability during challenging times. These home visits don't just address an immediate need, they help create a safer, more stable future for our families and individuals in our community. Last year alone, St. Vincent de Paul Society volunteers completed nearly 11,000 home visits across Milwaukee County, serving those who need us most. Together, we are neighbors helping neighbors. To learn more about our mission or get involved, visit svdpmilw.org.
This report sponsored by Exterior Pros and Baths. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right. Built to last.
Time saver traffic at 7:10. Debbie?
Yep, we've still got this closure up near the Richfield interchange, right near Cabela's there. Southbound 41 is closed at Highway 145. You'll need to take that, go west to 175, take that south to 167 or Holy Hill Road, get back onto the freeway that way. On the southbound side of 4145, right about at, looks like just before Holy Hill Road, they do have the left lane blocked. So, all that to say that is a deadly motorcycle accident that happened there, and we've got big delays in that neck of the woods, so careful. Southbound on 41, that is looking okay right past Hampton to Capitol Drive. On the flip side, it is slowing down Capitol to Hampton. Westbound 94 backing up out of the stadium to Hawley Road, eastbound from the stadium to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Lauren Larson with your Storm Team forecast. Today will be sunny and mild with high temperatures on either side of 80 degrees. Lows tonight fall to the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. On Tuesday, the humidity is back as we see those temperatures in the low 80s and a chance for some thunderstorms on Tuesday evening. Sunny skies and comfortable conditions as you look towards Wednesday and Thursday, and then rain chances return into the weekend.
Milwaukee's at 70 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Petrano and Eric Bilstad.
Sounds like from Lauren's forecast there, we got a pretty good week of weather on balance ahead. We just missed about a week's worth of devastating storms here in Wisconsin that ravaged other parts of the Midwest. And what is a tropical storm now could strengthen once again into a hurricane in the Pacific. More on that in a moment. First to Indiana.
The worst part is everything that I have finished ready is ruined, so all that stuff's going to be trash, and it was a waste of my time and supplies.
And that guy is one of the fortunate ones. He is dealing with the loss of property only. More deadly flooding in the Hoosier State. Some spots from central to northern Indiana registering more than a foot of rain over the last several days. ABC's Sophie Flay.
In hard-hit Indiana, at least 7 people were killed, including a 4-year-old. Across the state, raging floodwaters washing out roads, submerging cars, and reaching the roofs of homes.
I've never seen it flood so much as it has here lately.
The powerful storms also brought winds reaching 100 miles per hour, downing trees and power lines. It comes as another round of severe weather slams the region, stretching from Missouri to Virginia.
And it looks like they're not expecting rain today in some of those hardest hit spots, but perhaps more midweek. Meanwhile, in Paradise, Hawaii, brushed by a hurricane. Sophie Flay again from ABC.
Lala bringing torrential rain, life-threatening surf, and damaging winds. Some areas have been inundated with nearly 3 feet of rain.
Yikes. Guy I know is there right now. Some of his buddies on the golf course talk about his trip, spending the whole trip inside.
Oh, that's too bad.
Not the expectation for your vacation, but again, he's okay. And there's a lot of damage there in Hawaii. Now, hopefully, Southern Midwest has a chance to dry out this week. And for us, just a near miss. 7:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
At Wisconsin's own AccuNet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at accunet.com.
Vince Vetrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You're out there shopping for windows and doors. That should not feel like a negotiation that never ends and definitely isn't some kind of game. It's one of the things folks really appreciate about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. At Pella, they believe in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fits for their homes without inflated prices or high-pressure sales tactics. End of the day, Pella knows it's a fair final price that matters more than some flashy discount. And when you're buying direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you're dealing with one trusted team, start to finish. Same company that makes the windows and doors is the one in the living room, talking to you about your options, doing the selling, the installing, and ultimately the servicing of them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means you'll have confidence in the process. You have confidence in the product, and it's one team that stands behind the work they do from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Mr. Jake Bowers, your table is ready.
Here's the 1-0 to Bowers, and a liner into left center field. That's going to plug the gap and roll all the way to the wall. Chourio around second. He's not stopping at third. Matt Erickson gives him the windmill, and the Brewers played a huge insurance run here in the 7th inning on an RBI double from Jake Bowers. 4 for 4 today for the Southern California native.
What a weekend for Bowers. 6 for 13, 5 walks, including his big day on Sunday as the Brewers take the series from the mighty Dodgers. 6-2 the final Sunday afternoon.
We take 3 out of 4. It feels good, and I think it lets everybody in the clubhouse know that we can play with these guys. Whatever happens in October is whatever happens, but I think the anticipation is we're going to have to get through these guys. So
just for everyone to come in here and see that we can hang with these guys, we can play with them, and if we execute, we can beat them.
Bauer speaking with Adam McKelvey there after the game. No game today. They're off finally. Then the Brewers back home tomorrow night, 3 against the Mariners, then 3 more with the Braves.
Packers have only one training camp that's open to fans this week, one training camp practice. That'll be tomorrow. For those who went Sunday, though, what a treat. They got to see something that hadn't happened since November of last season.
Yeah, I'm just getting back on the horse.
Tight end Tucker Kraft back on the horse, doing full-on live reps coming off ACL surgery that ended his 2025 campaign. Kraft says he doesn't just want to come back. He's working to come back better.
Now that I've gotten back to team reps, as I continue to accumulate reps, I hope I can continue to rise my game as well. Take myself, to new heights rather than just return to pre-injury.
Kraft is practicing, says he's been watching a lot of film on other guys, other tight ends he respects in the league. See, what is it that they do? Can I adapt some of my technique into things that I'm picking up on? So he is committed to being a better tight end even than he was.
Good.
Okay.
That's the job.
I guess,
great.
right? And so tight end Tucker Kraft says he's doing his job.
No, but that's
Right,
great.
yes.
I'm
Well,
glad he's taking it.
We talking about practice.
I know. Okay. Now, the other thing with Kraft, though, is he is in the final year of his contract. And what he has to say about negotiations for a new deal, that is coming up in sports at 7:45.
Hey, I know that he's not your favorite guy, but Tyrese Halliburton was back in town again. And he's the pacer, the former Wisconsin. He went to, Oshkosh.
Yeah.
And just, he's a really good dude, despite some frustration I think many Bucks fans have with him when he's on
friend
the
or
court.
foe.
Yeah. Well, I thought you'd appreciate this. So he was in town and doing some stuff with the Oshkosh schools, and he spoke with a reporter from NBC 26. Gave her like 8 minutes, which I think is incredible.
Okay.
And I thought you'd appreciate this question and answer.
What is one thing that you have to do or one place you have to go to when you come back to Wisconsin?
I love Quick Trip. I think Quick Trip
Trip
is truly my happy place. So that would probably be my my number one.
Look, he's one of ours. I want to love you, man.
It's just tough. It's tough.
Well, for starters, how badly you beat us. And then how unsorry you are about that. 7:19 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, talking about one of the new docs there at OAW, Dr. Corey Casper. So glad I met him recently and really excited about the work that he's doing in sports and regenerative medicine. He's an Air Force veteran and a Southeast Wisconsin native. So he's back home now to serve all of us. And I hear this often from folks who've been asking me about my experience at OAW. Well, you had your knee done there. I don't want to have surgery. Dr. Casper is a perfect example of a specialist who utilizes many different cutting-edge methods to help patients recover and get back to life without surgical intervention. Also, salute to service. Dr. Casper's job in the Air Force, he was keeping our fighting forces healthy and ready to answer the call for our country. So we're fortunate to have him back home now and at OAW. Get started online now at orthowisconsin.com.
The Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale is happening now. It's one of the best times of the year to save. Get up to 30% off furniture and home decor. Plus, incredible deals on top mattress brands like Beautyrest, Tempur-Pedic, Helix, and more. And for a limited time, when you test rest a Beautyrest Black mattress, you'll get a free $25 gas card just for giving it a try. Hurry into your nearest Steinhoffel showroom. Tell them Jessica Ty sent you. Or shop online at steinhoffels.com.
Get all the help you need on your home with WTMJ's Fall Home Improvement Showcase. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Looking for that much-needed update before the cold weather arrives? Check out the services provided from our great partners at Appliance Gallery, Comfort Awnings, Ridgetop Exteriors, and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For more information and to see what our partners can do for you and your home, visit WTMJ.com today. It's the Fall Home Improvement Showcase on WTMJ.
Time saver traffic at 7:21. Deb?
All right. Southbound on 41, we have everything reopened in the Richfield interchange. We do have, southbound 41, the left shoulder is blocked with the crash, and then on the northbound side, the left lane is blocked at Holy Hill Road. So keep that in mind. We've also got another crash up near Highway 60 on 41. Left lane is blocked just before you get to Sherman Road on the northbound side. And then on the southbound side, the freeway is closed just before you get to Highway 144. You're going to be diverted off at Highway 144. I'm still waiting to get the good alternate route to get around this whole thing, but I'm thinking you're probably going to need to take 144, Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive, and take that all the way to 175 and follow that all the way to Holy Hill Road to get back on. So it's just going to be a little bit sticky in that neck of the woods. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com. See how they're renovating homes and redeeming an industry. High of 80 degrees today under mostly sunny skies. Low down to 64 tonight. Humid by the afternoon or evening hours on Tuesday with a high of 82 degrees. We could see some storms. Wednesday, mostly sunny, less humid, high of 77. Milwaukee's at 70.
Happy Monday!
It's time to look at the week ahead.
What a Monday morning.
Yes, sir. The week ahead on Wisconsin's Morning News, all of the things happening this week, but just right now will save you some trouble. So everything you're going to see on the TV stations, on the news feeds, on the timelines, on the radio, you can hear about it, read about it on the papers,
Why don't
website.
you just tell me what's going to be in the
right
news?
now. Yeah. So we'll start with the roads.
Construction. Vehicles, they move that dirt around.
Sometimes they just sit there parked, but yeah, they move the dirt around too. Yeah, so 94 eastbound around 70th Street, that's going to lose a lane starting tonight. So a little bit more changes there in the east-west 94 project. So that's going to take place this week. Also, Rock Freeway, which is 43 there in Waukesha County. It looks like they're going to change some of the off-ramp, on-ramp stuff this week. So 83 and 164, you might see some changes there. But otherwise, just much of the same.
There's something in the way. Front loader, cousin of the belt.
Okay.
Anything else happening this week? Is that it?
Typically, it's just the roads, it seems like. It is Downtown Employee Appreciation Week for all of you workers.
I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today.
So you don't have to. You can just go to the opening ceremony at Red Arrow Park if you work downtown. You can expect lots of activity during the lunch hour. So they have a office challenge games. They have a Bucks basketball shootout. They got music. They have lunch giveaways.
I'm waiting for you to mention.
Oh, and they have a pickleball tournament, which includes Vinny Vitrano.
I mean, my guy Todd.
So who do you play? Do you know? Is it other celebrities?
No, I don't. This was an open.
Oh, so you just...
So my buddy from Baird. So we are downtown workers, are we not?
Yeah,
right?
no,
so
we are.
will participate.
Oh, cool.
At Red Arrow Park.
So
5 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, they're going to put the courts on the rink there.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Well,
There's
good luck. Good luck. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll report back to you.
All right. Tupac Shakur's murder trial expecting opening statements this morning. It's been nearly 30 years since the legendary rapper was shot and killed in Las Vegas. The man on trial is accused of supplying the gun there. Public hearing Wednesday here in Milwaukee on what to do with the Lisbon-Sherman multi-model connections project. So this is a busy intersection there in this stretch of the city. So lots to discuss there. They want to have a public hearing on that. What do you do with the crypto in Madison this week? A legislative committee will meet to discuss cryptocurrency, potential uses of crypto, and recommend legislation regarding the use and redevelopment and development of crypto. So they want to talk innovation, and they also want to talk about protecting the public from any risks. So that's going to be one of the conversations. Pre-trial conference this week for the Southern Poverty Law Center, charged with wire fraud and money laundering. The Attorney General says the organization was manufacturing racism to justify its existence. So that'll get some attention later this week. U.S. set to enact 50% tariffs on most Canadian imports this week as well. Officials say this is in response to Canadian discrimination against U.S. cars, alcohol, and dairy products. A couple of bands and musicians coming to the area this week. Empire of the Sun, Gladys Knight, Spyro Gyra is still doing things. You ever heard of Spyro Gyra?
Probably.
Yeah, you would recognize some. It's more jazzy stuff. The Brewers are home against the Mariners, and then it's the Braves this weekend. And do not forget, on Sunday, the Crew play in Williamsport. It's part of the Little League World Series, which gets underway this week. Unfortunately, Whitefish Bay will not be participating. They lost to Iowa, but the Crew will be there on Sunday. And we're told they're going to play on a Little League field, which will be amazing.
So that'll be interesting.
No. Every hit's a
Imagine
home
Miz
run.
pitching from 40 feet.
That's like when they played in Vegas. Same
Kinda.
thing. Although, how are you hitting Miz from 40
I was
feet?
told we're playing against a Little League.
Same thing.
Rush that kid back. He's crowding the plate.
Packers play preseason game number 2 Friday night in Denver. That's against the Broncos. We got Zoo a la carte this weekend, as well as Mexican Fiesta. Now, were you a Zoo a la carte guy? Is that one
I
that
worked there when I was at Susie's Cheesecakes.
Nice.
We had a booth. Oh, it was a big deal.
Streaming on Disney Plus starting Friday, 9/11 Reunited.
It's been 25 years, and I never saw him or heard of him again.
I've always wanted to say thank you.
I'd like to say thank you.
I need to say thank you to them for saving my life.
Oh. You can imagine that one's going to pull at the heartstrings. It's a 3-part series about 9/11 survivors meeting the people who saved them for the first time. 25-year anniversary is coming up, so that'll be incredible. That's streaming on Disney Plus. At the movies,
I never want to go home. I miss my kids. What? No, I don't miss my kids.
yeah, Leslie Mann stars in Spa Weekend, comedy about 4 friends getting into shenanigans at the spa. 4 moms getting crazy.
And comedy ensues.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Also out this weekend, Insidious, Out of the Further, Mutiny, which is a Jason Statham movie. It Ends, and Hotspot. So a bunch of movies coming out this weekend. That is the week ahead on Wisconsin's Morning News.
News about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow Jones Industrial starts the week at 53,732. NASDAQ at 26,729. And the S&P 500 at 7786. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
That excavator, add a concrete mixer and a dump truck. That's a work site. Thumbs up. Construction.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, our weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. Sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. Joining me today is Jeff Salazinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, let's talk about employee benefits. R&R Insurance provides employee benefits for all of us here at Good Karma Brands. I'm very happy with the program. When it comes to benefits, there are a few, though, defining factors that can determine whether a plan is successful or not.
There are, Vince. Thank you. Given that employee benefits are a company's second or third largest expense, you need to partner with the right employee benefits insurance professional to get the most out of your plan. At R&R Insurance, ensuring employees understand their benefits and how and when to access them is critical, and not just done at open enrollment, but year-round. Understanding the tools offered by the plan as well, using price transparency tools, and selecting the most appropriate provider benefits both the employee and the employer.
Yeah, Jeff, I've used some of those tools myself. Employee education really can be a win for everyone involved.
It certainly can, Vince. Importantly, we help employers brand their benefit packages in a customized, easy-to-understand fashion, taking out the complex and confusing nature of shopping for health insurance. More importantly, we'll manage and provide as much support as you need for open enrollment and beyond.
Jeff, what else is R&R Insurance providing that really sets you apart?
Our sales professionals really understand how to not only design programs, but help our client partners implement these programs as well. Lastly, plan performance today is built on data and strong analytics. Our analytics team is a great resource for guidance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff. More information for you at myknowledgebroker.com.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Miss any part of the show? Get the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast sent directly to you. Text Vince to the WTMJ Talk and Text line.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. No sign at all of a deal to end the war between the U.S. and Iran, but what is ending today, the 60-day window for talks that was set up by the Memorandum of Understanding. President Trump Sunday said he'd ordered the U.S. to cut back on military exercises with South Korea, pointing to his good relationship with North Korea's leader. Opening statements today in the trial of the man charged in the murder 30 years ago of rapper Tupac Shakur. Las Vegas prosecutors say Dwayne Davis ordered the attack. ABC's Alex Stone is in Las Vegas.
Davis spoke exclusively to ABC News from inside jail.
They don't have no evidence against me.
For years, Davis has bragged about his role in the killing, even publishing a book admitting to being in the shooter's Cadillac.
A guy wrote that book, and I just gave him details of my life.
But now he says those were all lies to sell books.
At least 7 people were killed in storms and flooding in Indiana. This is ABC News.
Well, things are definitely still kind of difficult in Washington County. 41 southbound is closed. You'll be diverted off at Highway 144 and follow the detour that they give you. But if you exit at 144, take that south to 175, and you can continue all the way down to about Pioneer Road. Or 145, get back onto the freeway there, because that other accident down closer to the Richfield interchange has actually been somewhat cleared. We do have the southbound side, it is on the left shoulder, and then the northbound side there has the left lane blocked as well. Also, a little bit further north as well, we've got the left lane blocked just before you get to Sherman Road because of that other accident near Highway 60. So you do want to be careful, trying to avoid those areas. Westbound 94 is going to be tight from 35th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down from 76th Street all the way to 35th. And we do still have an accident on the left shoulder, northbound 4394, right about at Beecher. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, mostly sunny skies today and a high of 80 degrees. Low down to 64 tonight with skies partly cloudy. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, authorities need help identifying a body found in Lake Michigan over the weekend.
The man was found between South Shore Park and Bayview Park, around 30 feet from the shore. He was pulled from the water and pronounced dead at the scene. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office says he's an older white man between 55 to 65 years old. He's around 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, with white gray hair and a white gray goatee. They also say he had a scar consistent with cardiac surgery and may have had a pacemaker. He was wearing black and white running shoes, dark blue athletic pants with white stripes, a dark green baseball hat, and a retro Brewers t-shirt. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Thousands of employees could soon be returning to downtown Milwaukee after an office renovation project at Northwestern Mutual. The Milwaukee Business Journal's Timothy Gibbons tells WTMJ that's bad news for finding parking, but great news for business.
Or a other place downtown, though you're probably more excited about this. As part of that opening, there also will be a restaurant in that building that opens up and, some other things that are in line to take place. So it is going to be an interesting impact on downtown to have, 2,000 more people just suddenly descend on the area.
The new North Tower expected to open up in January.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:35. News brought to you by J&J Contractors for all your interior and exterior home improvement services.
Imagine waking up to the updated kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. J&J Contractors is your preferred partner in all your home renovation needs. They can transform your kitchen with beautiful new floors, custom cabinetry, and more. Dreaming of a spa-like oasis with custom tile work and fixtures? J&J Contractors will design a bathroom that leaves you feeling relaxed and rejuvenated. For your free consultation, just search online, J&J Contractors, or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
It's WTMJ's Julia Fellow. Right now, a child in our community needs more than a place to stay. They need stability, encouragement, a caring adult who believes in them. St. Charles Youth and Family Services is looking for compassionate people and families to become foster parents. It's through their treatment foster care program. You'll receive training, guidance, and ongoing support every step of the way. Learn more about becoming a foster parent today at stcharlesinc.org. That's stcharlesinc.org. stcharlesinc.org.
Networks, streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. But where did the concept originate? We may be biased, but we think these big wigs found their inspiration for Plus at Hasselist Mattress. Hasselist showrooms are employee-free. Give your mattress a try with no pushy sales guy. Plus, our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $293. Plus, unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup. Plus, free haul away and disposal of your old mattress. Plus, 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit. Plus, a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Plus, a ruggedly handsome spokesman with a smooth radio voice. Get all this, plus a whole lot more when you shop at Hasselist Mattress. Or maybe we should change our name to Hasselist Plus. Nah. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselist.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
Downtown Employee Appreciation Week is now. Do you have the list of like coffee things, or what are we giving away today? Or
well, today's the opening ceremony.
What does that
so
mean?
That
what are
means
we giving away? No, nobody cares about that. What are we getting for free?
There's like lunch
because every day
giveaways.
there's something that they're giving stuff away.
There's big
You're
lunch
supposed to emerge
giveaways.
from your office space.
So today's a lunch giveaway, and like the Bucks are doing a thing today. Tomorrow is the big coffee day downtown. Let's see here. Where's my? Oh, there's a happy hour tomorrow.
How happy is
Cathedral
the hour?
Square Park has a bunch of things, so they're going to have music again, Bucks thing,
cool.
office challenge games. I think, world's largest coffee break is tomorrow morning. Catalano Square is doing that.
Okay, it's a neat thing. So if you are in and around downtown and this is your workplace, think about that. And it's not a bad idea to head on out. If you normally take a lunch or do whatever, number of things that are going on.
So Schlitz Park has something later in the week as well, the River Walk. So they're finding different things, including a little paddle ball action that you're going to be
It's not
doing.
paddleball. That's a whole other sport.
Oh, pickleball.
It's pickleball.
I'm sorry.
Don't confuse people.
Sorry to offend you.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Racket sports
Pickleball.
enthusiasts everywhere, Eric, are offended by your statement. I don't know what to expect from the pickleball thing. They're just going to lay 3 courts down on the ice rink there.
I would
Red Arrow
anticipate
Park.
that to be some real players.
You never know. Like, you can get people who are just, and I think they have the you've ever done this before division and the you're just a beginner type division.
Do you know
I
if
think that's all it is.
that crew from the Brewers is going to be there?
So, right. Typically, when you show up at these things, there are real pickleball people.
These people
who
know how to
actually
play.
competitively. Then there are people, I throw myself in a category of I'm functional, I'm good, I can play, but my fortunes do not rise and fall based on my recreational pickleball.
What do you get if you win the tournament?
I don't know.
Respect.
That's a good question.
No,
You're
you must
just
get
volunteering. There's no prize.
I guess there's got to be a prize. Does it say on there? I don't know. I just signed up. Todd signed me up. Todd's my buddy from Baird. I play with him sometimes in the Summerfest thing.
Pickleball tournament. Calling all enthusiasts, join us for the inaugural
Enthusiasts,
I Work
that's us.
Downtown Pickleball Tournament.
Okay, yeah.
In partnership with ProLight as we transform Red Arrow Park's ice
ProLight.
rink into 3 pickleball courts.
Local paddle maker.
Yeah, right. It does not say what you win. I'm looking here. This check-in tournament play goes till 8 p.m.
Ooh.
Good
Hang
luck.
on.
Good luck.
Boy, I think I'm going to get hurt today.
Oh, we will have first, second, and third place for each
Okay.
skill level bracket.
Till 8 p.m.
And then do you know if you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, which one you're in? You should be in advanced.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Is that
But
otherwise
like
you get these
that's-
guys from the Brewers who play and you might actually get hurt.
But you're better than an intermediate player, wouldn't you think?
I don't know. Well, so that just depends on how one defines him or herself as intermediate. What's intermediate? I've played, I play, I'm adept at the game. I would not put myself in an advanced thing in a real pickleball tournament.
Right.
Don't belong there. I'm more than a beginner, but you also don't want to just run over the field and they're like, that guy.
Yeah,
played,
what
you
are
know.
you doing here? Yeah,
So
we've seen that before.
I ain't trying to
Any
be that
parent
guy
where their
either.
kid has been in a tournament knows what that's like.
Right,
Why is that team in this tournament?
Doesn't matter enough to me to win a free muffin or whatever I get for third place. So I'm not trying to be that guy either.
I cannot wait to see the trophy
I don't
tomorrow
know.
morning.
Todd signed us up. We'll see what happens. 20 minutes before 8 o'clock on Wisconsin's Morning News. News sponsored by Annex Wealth Management's Money Talk. That's heard Saturdays at 10 right here on WTMJ.
Your financial life is not just about numbers. It is a journey, and Annex Wealth Management aims to help you move through it with clarity. When markets shift, it can be hard to understand what it means for what you have built. Annex offers guidance as a fee-only fiduciary firm, which means their recommendations are built around your best interests rather than commissions or product sales. Annex gives you access to a local team that includes wealth managers, financial planners, investment managers, estate planning attorneys, and client service specialists who work together to create a strategy tailored to your situation. They help clients with investment management, retirement income, planning, tax coordination, estate planning, education funding, and business succession strategies. Annex knows there's different financial plans for different stages of life, and they can help you adjust as things change. With nationwide accessibility, Annex blends personal attention with leading-edge tools to offer an experience built around informed decision-making. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to start looking at every space in your home differently. Vince Vitrano for my friends Katie and Dan at Inspired Closets Milwaukee. We worked together on a project that transformed the front entryway of our home. That's a pretty important spot. Instead of an eyesore, the closet is now attractive. It's efficient and functional. It makes me happy every time I walk by. The opposite of how I used to feel. Now, when you do a project with Katie and Dan at Inspired Closets, you're going to feel the same way about transforming any kind of space, a pantry, basement area, garage, bedroom, closet, that you'll enjoy more than ever before. And what's going to happen next is now you're going to start looking around and saying, I see a project here, I see a project there. This could be a thing because they look and function so well. Get started now. Tell them Vinny sent you. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways. Mm-hmm. Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Time saver traffic, 743, Deb.
Yep, we still have this issue. 41 heading southbound, basically right near Highway 144. That's where you are being diverted off the freeway because of a serious crash near Highway 60. So you just want to make sure that you head off the freeway, go down south on 144. It's going to be slow. Head to 175 and take that all the way down. You can get back on at Highway 145. We've also got northbound on 41, just past or just before you get to Sherman Road, left lane is blocked. I'm not sure if it's the same crash, but definitely going to be affecting your ride. We still have this crash northbound 4394 right about at Beecher. That's on the left shoulder. And as far as delays are concerned, eastbound 94 slowing from 84th Street all the way to or 76th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound from about 30th Street all the way to Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
80 degrees, your high temp today under mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow, we have a chance of afternoon or evening storms. Actually, Lauren's got them as likely in her forecast. High of 82 on Tuesday. Wednesday's high 77, mostly sunny skies.
Before we get to sports, we would expect at least a little bit more information from police today or this week, at least, following what happened at State Fair on the final night there. Multiple fights breaking out near Spin City. They had to bring in the horses and the cops there to help settle things down.
All right, we're moving in with the horses. Large fight.
Scanner audio from Broadcastify and video on social media shows a large number of West Dallas police responding to the Spin City area on the fairgrounds last night. Multiple fights broke out, officers chasing after people as they tried to clear the area. Dispatch audio also indicates one officer was apparently punched in the face during the incident. Police have not said whether anyone else was injured or whether any arrests were made. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
And again, we expect we probably learned some more information about that. West Dallas police were involved in that as well.
It's 7:45. Sports up next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, remember when your basement was just for storage? WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. With Matrix Basement Finishing, they turn that empty space into the heart of your home. It's what they did for us. Whether it's a cozy family movie night or cheering on your favorite team during the best time of the year to watch sports. From the design consultation to picking out your perfect flooring and fixtures, the process is seamless and done at your home. Get the quality craftsmanship you deserve with no payments until 2028. And visit matrixbasements.com.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Much needed day off today for the Brewers after a big weekend series, a big Sunday where they were looking to take that series against the mighty Dodgers. Logan Henderson versus Tarek Skubal. So what do you think, Logan?
I mean, I know I got to be really good because he's really good.
Yeah, he is. Well, on this day, Henderson was better.
Henderson brings home the 3-2, and it's a tapper. Off the mound is Henderson. He fields, runs to the first base bag himself, and retires Tucker. And Logan Henderson, with 7 innings here this afternoon at Dodger Stadium, will leave this game with a 4-1 lead. A sensational performance from Logan.
Absolutely spectacular. 7 innings, just 1 run as the Brewers win 6-2, taking this series. Henderson telling reporters like Adam McCalvey and the others after the game, it was a great win.
I mean, a little momentum, and I mean, after obviously getting swept in San Diego, I think this was huge for us.
So they are off today. Then they host the Mariners starting tomorrow night.
Coming off major injury, not under long-term contract, and despite there being precedent for holding out in exactly these types of situations, this guy is back to full participation in Packers training camp.
I want to continually prove people wrong about what they think my box of abilities are.
That's Packers tight end Tucker Kraft returns Sunday to full 11-on-11 scrimmaging at camp, coming off that ACL injury in the final year of his contract.
We're talking about practice.
Yes, but he needed to get back to practice, and his people are in talks with the Packers on a new deal. Kraft says his job is just to prove himself worthy of one every day.
That's a whole part of this process, is me day in and day out coming in, being consistent, stacking days without setbacks, and accumulating these reps now in a team setting so that they can see my health, and we can just keep taking the talks from there.
Taking the talks from there. Kraft says he'll be ready for week 1 for sure. Would like to get some preseason game reps, but unsure if that's the plan for him. Packers have the Broncos on Friday in their second of 3 preseason games. We'll talk to Mark Tauscher about it next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, and no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We opened our store in like July 31st of 93. And a year later in August of 94, we sold a lot of furniture that month. I'm like, wow, we make money at that level.
Ben and Arvid Hood, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Of course, we didn't have any employees yet, and so it was easy for us to make money at that level. And that is where it clicked to me that this is going to work. We can afford to hire an employee, and it's going to work. We can take it to the next level, which at that point was hiring one guy.
You said it was easy to make things work when it was just us two. Only from a profit and loss standpoint.
Yes.
But from a work standpoint, it was 7 days a week. We were doing deliveries on Sunday mornings sometimes. We were...
we didn't have any expenses.
Yeah. But we didn't have a life either.
No.
We had no life other than work.
See more at pennymustard.com.
But we were okay with that. That's the decision we made. You know, that's the path we went down. We were okay with that.
Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
What's happening on the roads, Deb?
Still kind of difficult north of the Richfield interchange on 41. The northbound side has the left lane blocked just before you get to Sherman Road. And then on the southbound side, that is completely closed. You'll be diverted off at Highway 144. You'll need to take that, head south to 175, and take that all the way to about 145 to get back onto the freeway that way. A little bit closer into the downtown area, we have a crash northbound 41 at Beecher. That is on the left shoulder. We've also got some delays northbound 4394 coming out of the Plainfield curve all the way up to that point. We got southbound 41 slowing down just before you get to Good Hope Road all the way to Silver Spring, northbound from just before Capitol up to Hampton. Eastbound 94, you've got backups from 76th Street all the way to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Debbie's Traffic brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Visit them at sewerninjas.com.
Sunny today, a high of 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 64. Humid tomorrow with a chance for storms, a high of 82. The forecast sponsored by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com. See how they're renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Idea Man.
I just wonder, could we ever do what Augusta does and has the no cell phone policy so everybody is laser focused?
Innovator.
Would that ever work at a Packer game where you had a throwback to the 80s or 90s? No cell phone.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
The answer would be no, because you're not going to get your butt into the stadium if you don't have your cell phone, because that's how you get to get into the game.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tauscher, we're talking about Tucker Kraft getting back out there for full-on participation in training camp. He's coming off the ACL injury, and there's a lot of talk about how this is the last year of his contract. He's expecting a new longer-term deal. A lot of praise for him for not holding out while he waits for that new deal because he's risking injury and all of those things.
I can hear it in your voice. I like it. Tausch, it bothers Vince that this is an issue.
Because
Vinny,
okay,
what's bothering you, Vinny?
I know there's precedent for this. A lot of guys in that final year, especially if they're coming off injury, are holding out saying, look, I'm risking myself coming back here. I want to make sure I'm good here before I hurt myself again. On the flip side, I look at this, I'm always pro team first. I'm thinking, I don't know, dude, your contract runs through the end of the year. Does it not? Should you be getting such high praise for going to work?
Absolutely, he should be. And I am opposite of you. I am always going to be pro player. And let's put it this way. When you have leverage in any negotiation, you need to take advantage of it. And the team always has leverage, almost always. Tucker Kraft is going to be a star on this team. And he just went through a big major injury. You never know what's going to happen in football. This isn't your normal 9-to-5 job, and you need to protect yourself. So one of the things players have gotten a lot smarter about is it used to be you would hold out. You can remember Sterling Sharp, and there was a lot of rookies where it used to be really, are they going to sign their rookie contract before? That was holding out. This is holding in. But Tucker Kraft and all of those comments we just heard, he is taking an approach of, I'm going to prove it to them so that they prove it to me via a big fat check. So I think that's all, pro team. And I know most fans are in the same boat as you, but I'll ask you this. What's going to happen to Tucker in 4 or 5 years? If, let's say, things don't work out, this is his time to utilize leverage. And if he doesn't get the deal he wants, he can play it out, bet on himself, and get more money. But my hunch continues to tell me this deal's going to get done. It's probably very close as it is. I'm guessing he's going to be the highest paid tight end, and it'll be structured the way the Green Bay Packers want. I'm guessing that's what the holdup is as far as this deal not getting done.
question all the time, too, whether things are actually a distraction. We in the media like to talk about that. Well, this is going to be a distraction. This is going to be... He doesn't seem distracted to me.
He seems fine.
Right?
Yeah, this is not a distraction other than Tucker wanting it. And
Yeah.
I would argue, too, because I'm sensitive to your point on this because I know how this goes publicly, and it actually has changed a bunch since I played. But these contracts that you're talking about, he's under contract. Well, yes, on paper, but I've seen plenty of guys sign 5 years. Ask Aaron Banks how much that contract's going to be if the Packers end up releasing him. And, he's going to end up getting a bunch of that guaranteed money. He ain't going to see the rest of that contract. So that's always the give and take where it's always been, we signed a 5-year deal. Well, the 5-year deal is really a 2-year deal. And after that, the Packers can say, you're not playing good enough. I'm going to cut you, even though I'm healthy and giving you everything I got. So that's why I just look at all these contracts as, what does it look like next year? If you're not getting the guaranteed money you want, you work to leverage to get it. If you can, you do. If you can't, tough luck. The organization still has all of the power in that. But that's why I think when you kind of bring that up as far as, well, he's under contract for another year. Yes, on paper. But let me tell you what that contract written on paper is worth. And you know what you can do with it after you use the restroom, because that's what it is.
Is that how I soundy?
A little bit. I don't know.
I think I do sound like that. You know what's funny though? You accurately say most fans always come down on the team side because my team will always be my team. Guys will come and go, right? And that's why. Yep. It's interesting though. Both Eric and I, and you to an extent in our business, we've been in a business where we do also have contracts. So what's funny is me as an individual contractor, just like these guys, had to go in the room and defend myself and get myself a new 3-year deal or whatever.
Did you hold out?
Well, no. yeah.
What signing bonus did you get?
Yeah, right.
Can you tell us what your signing bonus was and what the length of your deal was?
Right. But what's so funny is, obviously, I'd come out of all of those things saying, the company, they're doing this, they're putting the screws to me. Yet here I am standing here as a fan going, hey, what's with this? He's got a contract. Like I always come down on the company side. What's wrong with me?
I always, it's such an interesting dynamic. And in sports, because, we're joking about what you signed for. Everybody knows what you signed for when it comes to Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love. And that just adds more scrutiny to it. So we all know when you play in the NFL, it's special and you get paid a lot of money, but you have to make sure when the opportunity comes, you're able to strike while the iron's hot. And I'm guessing that's what Tucker's trying to get done.
Good to have you back, my friend. Packers and Broncos on Friday.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Manufacturer Briggs & Stratton returns to profitability and sales growth after its 2020 bankruptcy, but CEO Christina Cernelia says there are no plans to resume large-scale manufacturing at the Wauwatosa headquarters. Milwaukee-based mutual fund firm Heartland Advisors moves from BMO Tower in downtown Milwaukee to the Associated Bank River Center, 1 block away. Heartland funds manage about $2 billion in assets. A new senior living community for Racine County. Archwood Senior Living breaks ground this fall on Union Grove Place with 50 units offering assisted living and memory care services. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Monday, August 17th. Let's get right to Debbie Lazico for Time Saver Traffic. Kind of the same stretch here, Deb, a little bit further north, but we got a big problem.
Yeah, southbound 41 is closed right at Highway 144, all the way down to just past Highway 60, where this crash apparently happened. So you'll be diverted off at Highway 144 heading southbound. Take that all the way to 175 and then follow 175 to 145 to get back onto the freeway past Highway 60. Now, the northbound side does still have the left lane blocked right before Sherman Road, so just keep that in mind. You are going to have to shift over. There's a bit of a backup through that area as well. Southbound 43 slowing down just south of Brown Deer Road to Bender. We've got southbound 41 looking pretty good, a little bit heavy volume just past Appleton Avenue. On the northbound side, we do have delays from Capitol Drive past Hampton. And then westbound 94, you got backups from 35th Street to Hawley Road, back on the brakes, crossing over the county line to Calhoun. I'm Debbie Lazico with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, high of 80 degrees, skies mostly sunny and a partly cloudy sky overnight with a low of 64. Milwaukee's at 71. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, at least one police officer was injured as multiple fights broke out on the final night of Wisconsin State Fair.
All right, we're moving in with the horses. Large fight.
Scanner audio from Broadcastify and video on social media shows a large number of West Dallas police responding to the Spin City area on the fairgrounds last night. Multiple fights broke out, officers chasing after people as they tried to clear the area. Dispatch audio also indicates one officer was apparently punched in the face during the incident. Police have not said whether anyone else was injured or whether any arrests were made. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting between two vehicles on I-94.
Power says that two vehicles were shooting at each other. Couldn't give any other information. Dark colored city of roughly 7 shots.
This happened late Sunday night. That audio from Broadcastify. The shooting happened 94 between 25th and 16th Streets. The freeway shut down temporarily during the investigation. It's been open ever since. Nobody was hurt.
A woman now facing charges accused of hiding a man who was accused of shooting and killing 3 people.
38-year-old Elena Cole is accused of hiding 36-year-old Thomas Zollicoffer in her home and leaving him alone with her 3 children aged 15, 10, and 6 while she went out drinking. Zollicoffer killed 3 people on August 8th in 2 separate shootings, one of them related to domestic violence. Cole told people she knew what he had done and didn't call police because she, quote, did not want to get into it. She faces 1 count of harboring a fugitive and 3 counts of child neglect. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
The 60-day memo of understanding between the U.S. and Iran expires today. Conflict carries on and is putting a stain on the U.S.'s relationship now with its allies.
In a phone call with Fox News recently, President Trump once again threatened to attack Oman over its pending deal with Iran to regulate travel through the Strait of Hormuz. The president saying if Oman gets in the way, we'll bomb them. It's a similar threat he made back in May when reports of this deal between Oman and Iran began to surface. Now, the president marked the expiration of the MOU today with a Truth Social post this morning, writing the number one goal is and always will be that Iran cannot have in any way, shape, or form a nuclear weapon.
News Nation's Corey Smith says both sides have not indicated any plans to resume peace talks.
Devastating flooding across the Midwest, including Indiana, which is a state finally beginning to see floodwaters recede. Deadly storms over the weekend. ABC's Alex Perez.
At least 7 people have been killed, including a 4-year-old boy, after several days of torrential rain and flash flooding inundated the state. Emergency crews conducting dozens of water rescues. At one point, at least 150,000 without power. Streets turned to rivers, roads washed away.
There's some powerful storms that also brought winds reaching 100 miles an hour.
Meanwhile, Hurricane Lala weakened now to a tropical storm after battering the Hawaiian Islands with torrential rains.
At one point, nearly 200,000 customers were without power, including small hospitals having to switch to backup generators. The governor crediting first responders for heroic rescue efforts.
They saved lives. They were able to pull an elderly woman out of a tree when her house washed away.
Officials say more than 200 structures were damaged or destroyed. The White House says it's monitoring conditions and ready to offer assistance. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Coming up, your drive on I-94 is about to get even tighter. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 8:05. News brought to you by Pivot Work Injury Law. Worn down by work? Contact Pivot Work Injury Law today.
Access Legal is now Pivot Work Injury Law, a new name that better reflects our sole focus on helping Wisconsin's injured workers. We have the same mission, the same team, and the same dedication to helping those hurt at work. Our team has handled thousands of cases, recovered more than $50 million for Wisconsin's injured workers, and remains committed to fighting for the benefits you deserve. If work has taken a toll on your body or your quality of life, turn to the team you already know and trust. Visit pivotworkinjurylaw.com today.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:07.
3 lanes down to 2 on eastbound I-94 starting tonight.
This lane reduction runs between 70th Street and General Mitchell Boulevard. Wisconsin DOT's Eric Hansen says the space will be used for the next piece of construction.
This closure is scheduled to remain through later this fall, and this will give us a work zone to place permanent concrete pavement for the future eastbound lanes.
No worries so far for the folks headed in the other direction.
For I-94 westbound through the corridor, that traffic will remain in its current configuration.
Debbie Laziga, WTMJ News.
The Shorewood, Mesmer, and Dominican Football Co-op will remain at the JV level for another season.
The 3 schools have struggled with player numbers in recent years. Shorewood and Mesmer, or better known as Meswood, ended their 2024 varsity season early over safety concerns, while Dominican forfeited 5 games that season after forfeiting its entire varsity season in 2022. The co-op added Dominican in 2025. Shorewood officials say they've recruited an experienced coaching staff and believe JV football is best for the co-op's player development. The schools remain committed to the program and hope to field the varsity team in the 2027-28 school year. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
The family of Hayden Panettiere confirming the actress died at her home in Greenville, South Carolina over the weekend.
Beginning as a child star with a long career in both TV, on shows like Heroes in Nashville, and in movies like Remember the Titans, Hayden Panettiere had long struggled with addiction. She said she was first introduced to drugs at 16, and in a recent memoir, she talked candidly about her struggles with postpartum depression, telling the women of The View,
I could not get myself out of the mud. I was just so stuck.
Hayden Panettiere leaves behind a daughter born in 2014 with her ex-fiancé, Ukrainian boxer Vladimir Klitschko. She would have been 37 on Friday. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News is sponsored by Appliance Gallery, your Milwaukee luxury appliance store. Appliance Gallery, WI.com.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow for Appliance Gallery, right on Wisconsin Avenue in Milwaukee. Their gorgeous showroom is the most up-to-date in our state, featuring luxury brands like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Miele, Fisher & Paykel, and more. They'll work right with your contractor or designer and make the process seamless. They even offer brands where you can choose from custom colors. As a small family-owned company with one location, they deliver impeccable service with a personal touch. Visit ApplianceGalleryWY.com or stop in today.
Notifications, texts, emails, information coming at you all day, every day. With so much noise, knowing what deserves your attention can feel overwhelming. So it's no surprise that many Americans feel less confident about their retirement finances and stressed about their investments. Turn down the noise. Turn up the planning. Put Annex Wealth Management on your side for trusted investment and retirement guidance, including tax and estate planning. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
MPS Families. School starts Tuesday, September 1st, and we're excited to serve you. If you haven't enrolled your child yet, now is the time. Milwaukee Public Schools offers free breakfast and lunch, the latest reading curriculum, and programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, language immersion, Montessori, special education, and more. Enroll today at mpsmke.com/enroll or visit us in person at 5225 West Fleet Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't wait. Enroll today.
This week's featured business on the Home Improvement Showcase, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is Comfort Awnings. ComfortAwnings.com.
Time saver traffic at 8:11. Debbie, what is going on northwest of the city today?
I don't know what's going on other than the fact that there is a nasty accident southbound 41, which has the freeway closed from Highway K to just past Highway 60. So you'll be diverting off at, looks like at Highway K now instead of 144. They've increased the closure spot so that they can kind of control the traffic going through that area. So the best bet would be to get off at K, head over to Kettle Moraine Road, and get on to, go south on that to 175 to just past Sherman Road to try and get back onto the, or else go to Pioneer Road or 145, get back onto the freeway that way. The northbound side still has the left lane blocked with a crash just before you get to Highway 60. Westbound 94 slowing down from 35th Street to Hawley Road, more delays crossing over the county line, and then from Moreland to Calhoun. Eastbound's got backups from 70th Street to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny skies, high of 80 degrees today, partly cloudy overnight, and a low of 64. Now for Tuesday, we'll be watching for some afternoon or evening storms. Lauren over at TMJ4 has got them likely on Tuesday with a high of 82. Right now it's 71.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News. A fascinating take on the growing investment in artificial intelligence. Companies are spending billions to implement AI, but they may be spending their money backwards.
Stop laughing.
The piece is called Your AI Strategy Will Rise or Fall on Your People.
I don't get paid enough for this.
And it's written by our next guest, Mike Grubich from LAK Group in Brookfield.
Not my problem.
It's time to go to the office.
I am going to have to fix you.
What would you say you do here?
It's not that I'm lazy. It's that I just don't care.
That's just a straight shooter with upper management written all over him.
Manage you to on a more personal scale, a more micro form of management.
Joined now by Mike Grubich, career coach and local business consultant from our partners at LAK Group. Good to see you, Mike.
Good morning, guys. How's it going today?
Hey, doing well. Really enjoyed your piece. In it, you point out companies investing in artificial intelligence. They're spending all this money, more than 90% of their investment on the tech.
Yep.
But less than 10% on the people who use it. Why is that, as you call it, backwards?
Well, the people are the foundation for the tool, right? It's you can have any kind of tool, whether it be AI or whether it be an ERP system or mixing platform in a radio studio.
We got a new lathe in here, but we haven't trained anyone how to use it, right?
Right. It's, the tools are great, but the great tools and new technology, what it does is it accelerates or amplifies the culture issues that you have in the organization. And if you aren't building your people, bringing in the right people, communicating well with your people, or communicating well, in this case, with the AI technology, then it's kind of crap in, crap out, so to speak. So
that's what they say.
All right.
So our company, for example, we were told here, Mike, everyone is to be using this.
Yep.
It rolled out here. Everyone has an account. This is unique for ChatGPT. You will use your account, and you will in part be judged to some degree on how often you're using it. You wrote in your piece that these may not be good measures of a successful AI strategy.
Yeah, it's not the use that matters. It's what are you getting from the use? Are you seeing more productivity? Are you seeing better results, better decisions because you're engaging with the AI and getting more from it? So the thing with AI, and honestly, the irony is people are so fearful about AI hurting their jobs when the problem with AI is the same problem that we have in organizations with how people lead other people. If you don't communicate, if you don't tell it what you expect, if you aren't clear on what you want from it, it's not going to give you back what you're asking for.
You got to know how to use the tool.
Right. You got to know how to use the tool. You got to know how to talk to it. You got to know how to explain what you're looking for specifically.
But I think that's the difficult part, right? Because imagine being handed a physical tool that you don't really understand all that it can do, and you're being told, well, you can create it to do whatever you want it to do.
Yep.
But how do you do that? Like, I think there's sometimes where the worker can be overwhelmed by not even knowing how to start the process.
100%. And it's, I think I sent you guys this video that with an interview from Gallup, and they talk about this Monday-itis. Everybody's people are getting Sundays are terrible because people don't want to go into work the next day more times than not because they don't know what's expected of them. It is the same thing with AI. If you're pushing people to use a tool and you're not helping them understand how do they use it, or teaching them to use it, or maybe even hiring people who want to use it, all you're doing is wasting money. You're throwing tokens away, which you use when you're using all that AI, and you're not getting anything from it.
I think one thing that we've done well here at Good Karma Brands is after this technology dropped on everyone, and we want you to use it, there has been every 2 weeks, on the Tuesdays?
We have classes.
We have classes that are offered, and they're virtual, and many of them are teammate-led. So other people that we work with inside the company are sharing, this is how I used it, this is what's been successful for me, and they're led in a more formal way, but we're learning from each other.
That's actually a really good example, and what we are seeing in some companies is it's almost like a competition. Well, Mike's got this AI and he's using that. Oh, Eric's got this AI and look what he did.
Yeah.
And that's not good. You want to find what's best for the whole company and leverage it a lot more effectively. It's the AI element, just like everything that we talk about a lot. There's a person side to it and then a company side to it. From the person side, don't be afraid of AI. Embrace it. Figure out how to use it more effectively to do your job better. On the company side, don't just put AI on top of someone else's job. It's going to change the job. So people shouldn't be afraid of that. That's going to happen, but companies need to own that, and leaders especially need to own that. Structure the job and integrate AI into it and change the job as you need to. Don't just add it as another part of the job. It's not going to work that way.
Mike Grubich is with us from LAK Group. We're talking about implementing artificial intelligence into companies. Let's go small and medium size, because we often focus on the big company that so many people work for. If you're a small or mid-sized business owner right now, and you obviously don't have a huge budget, but you maybe have some money that you want to spend investing in AI, where's a good starting point, Mike?
The first good starting point is step back and look at what do you want to use it for. So what's
don't just
for
get
the
it,
sake of what?
What are we doing with this? Yeah,
right.
I love that. Okay.
And then don't be careful not to just chase the shiny coin, right? Look at what options are out there. Gather in the line around one and try that one. What you want to avoid is having 7 different AI tools that are sitting out in the workplace. Rally around one, and then as a small business, help your people understand how you want them to use it. Give them the things that you guys are getting, classes on it, so that they know how to talk to the AI more effectively, and they're getting what they want out of it.
You'll find this interesting. So I fed your article into my AI chatbot, whom I've named Andromeda. And I said, here, listen, my friend wrote this. Here's this. What questions would you have for my friend based on this thing? And she listed a whole bunch of them, but here's one I'll share verbatim. If we have this conversation 2 or 3 years from now, what do you think will separate the companies that got AI right from the ones that wasted a lot of money on it? Nice job, Andromeda.
Yeah,
Thanks for the assist.
Yeah, it's a great question, and
Sure
it's
is,
easy.
yeah.
It's an easy answer from my side. The companies that got it right have two things. They have a culture that is working, right? Because what AI is going to do is it's going to amplify a bad culture. It's going to be a vicious cycle that you start to see versus a virtuous one. And then the other side is they have the right people in the roles, and they're investing in those people, giving them the skills to use that tool in the job on a day-to-day basis. So to me, they're not going to be measured by success by how much they invested in AI. It's how much they invested in the organization and the people who are using AI.
Bullseye.
What was it that we said we had to ask Grubich about the other day? We were talking. I'm like, hey, when Mike comes, we got to ask him about this. It was
the sex poll, the survey on sex at work.
Oh, yes. How many people were reportedly, based on this survey, having sex in the workplace, and how companies were working to not reject that, to accommodate it.
Questionable.
Well, so we questioned even the legitimacy of the outcome. Can you stick for one more, Mike?
I can.
All right, let's take a break. We'll ask we'll ask Mike about that next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Bullseye.
Let's do the roads first, Debbie.
Okay. Southbound on 41. It's still closed. Right about at Highway K. You'll be diverted off at Highway K, and you'll need to take that west to 175 and then use that all the way to get on at 145 or just past Highway 60. That's the next one that you can use. Northbound 41, we do have the left lane blocked right before Sherman Road. So that is going to be tying things up as well, backing up all the way back to Cabela's. So give yourself tons of time to get through that. We've got westbound 94 from 35th Street, heavy all the way to Hawley Road. More delays crossing over the county line to Sunny Slope Road. Northbound 4394 tightening up from the Plainfield curve all the way up past an accident seen at Beecher. Once you get past that, you're good to go into the Marquette interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Turn your head and cough.
You know who forms the #1 bank in Wisconsin? Horicon Bank. Hello, I'm Eric Weissman. Thank you to our customers for helping Horicon Bank earn this recognition. From everyday banking, mortgage lending, trust administration, 55 or better Gliders Club, and My Money for Kids, Horicon Bank has solutions for every stage of life. And let's not forget about our incredible business banking team. I personally invite you to learn more about Horicon Bank at horiconbank.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Horicon Bank MLS 434805, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tell them you want hardwood, but make it affordable. Vince Vitrano for Hunt's Flooring. A lot of people think hardwood flooring is, out of their price range. We did. My wife and I were at Hunt's Flooring in Greenfield. It's right there on Highway 100. And Hunt's has got all sorts of hardwood in stock, and it's ready to move. And we're in the store. We're looking at our options, though, for LVP. And if that's the way you want to go, a lot of people prefer it for one reason or another. Not trying to talk you out of that. Hunt's has a lot of that stuff, full selection for every price point. But Phil heard me say, he's working with us, and he heard me say, well, we would really love to do hardwood, but I know we can't afford that. He didn't want to hear that. He took us into the warehouse that they have right there on site, huge warehouse, to see what he had priced to move. And we locked in a great deal. We were able to do our entire first floor. And these are in-store deals only, not something you find online. So it's worth a trip to stop in and take a look around. Tell them Vinny sent you to Hunt's Flooring in Greenfield.
Hi, I'm Kirsten Hildebrand of Hildebrand Law Firm. Since 2001, we've proudly helped Milwaukee families and business owners protect what matters most. We combine the experience of a larger law firm with the personal attention you deserve. We take the time to listen, explain your options, and create a plan that's right for you. When the stakes are high, you need trusted legal advocates who will stand by your side every step of the way. Protect your family, your legacy, and your peace of mind. Visit hildebrandlawfirm.net to schedule a consultation today.
You've probably gotten really good at working around your nonstop joint pain. That's what multitasking women like you do, right? When your knees and hips scream, you shift your weight when you're standing too long, skip workouts on really bad days when your shoulder's stiff, there's no way you're kneeling down. You might not get back up. Hey, Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Fitty. Maybe your doctor has told you it's pain from arthritis. You're going to need surgery. Before you make that decision, get a second opinion from Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, because there's no undo button from surgery, especially a replacement. QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli worked with busy women just like you to keep you going while the regenerative treatments go to work, relieving that knee pain. No scalp and long recovery, just your body's natural healing process that may help some patients totally avoid surgery. That's exactly why women like you have turned to QC Kinetics here in Greenfield and Mequon. They continue to get better when life goes on. The consultation and conversation to explore your options, that's free, courtesy of QC Kinetics. So call and schedule today, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559, QC Kinetics.
This week's featured business on the Home Improvement Showcase, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is Comfort Awnings. ComfortAwnings.com.
This report sponsored by Exterior Pros and Baths. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right. Built to last.
8:25 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Mike Rubich, career coach and local business consultant from our partners at LAK Group, is with us this morning. All righty, lay it on Mike here.
So, according to researchers for Bloom Stories, it's an erotica audio hub. They
What
gave
does
out
that even mean?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
A percentage of 9-to-5ers across the country who have admitted to making whoopee at work. And the percentage is 47% have said that they have done that. Does that number surprise you at all? It seemed high to me and Vince.
Yeah.
No, it does. I mean, that's the HR, experience in me that doesn't shock me at all. So,
Really? You'd think it would be higher.
No, to me, that's not surprising.
What are we doing?
From what I've seen through my career and what I know, it's not surprising to me at all.
Well, what further on this, which surprised us, was that now we're hearing that Gen Zers and young millennials are seeking employment that offers private in-office spaces for doing this type of thing.
I think that's not real.
Per a survey.
Yeah. I've not heard of that or seen that. Now, again, not too long ago, we had sleep pods, and some companies that had sleep pods shockingly experienced an increase in some of that. I don't know how that could ever happen. But, I think companies, it's always been this conundrum with companies. Do you promote relationships at work or do you discourage relationships at work? And, it's one of those things that can't be prevented. It just can't be. So you got to set up the best environment you can to make sure that people don't feel like there is inequity or that they're being mistreated in one way, shape, or form or as special treatment. I don't know if someone were calling me and saying, "Hey, Grubich, we need some consulting on this. Would you advise on this?" I would probably not advise on promoting that kind of behavior in the workplace. I think you try to keep it as focused as you can on the work and make sure it's a great culture and great environment.
And if y'all want to go out after, I guess, do what
absolutely.
you want to.
Yeah.
Kind of like the resident assistant, the RA. I don't want to come in here and find things,
right,
but I'm not trying to get you all in trouble, right?
Yeah. One of the biggest things that are create a great engaging workplace is that people feel they have coworkers they can do stuff with, that they can confide in, they trust, right? You want to promote that, but I think there's a line you want to kind of tote.
Well, we were talking about these companies that purportedly are exploring ways to allow you time during the workday to whatever. So what if you're not dating someone from the office? What are you supposed to? Is someone supposed to come for? Is this prison? Are we having conjugal visits?
One thing too is don't
Ange,
forget.
How are you? I'm just visiting Eric today.
Do they get a special badge to check in?
Right,
It's
it's good for you guys.
It says here, according to this survey.
Sorry, I brought your wife into this.
It's okay. A midday roll in the hay or on the desk has been found to boost productivity as well as improve the mental and physical health of employees.
Okay. I would guess that's probably true. If you think about the general makeup of the brain, it probably throws a little energy into people. Right. So still probably, I don't want to open the conference room and occupied, jump into the next one.
And how do you do that? Do you book it?
Yeah.
These are great questions.
We book studio space here. It's all done online. You see conjugal
visit studio, finance review.
And then do
this
you
room.
just for fun just see who's booked it today? Look, looks like
someone
Pancake's
does.
booked it for an hour. Good for Greg.
You know someone's checking it.
That's really great.
What's interesting to me is the generations that it's targeting, because the younger generations have spent so much time digitally, finding matches and things like that, and this is going to sound goofy that I'm saying this, but in some ways, if it's encouraging people to have to engage person to person, I don't know that there's a bad thing with that versus doing it on the phone. But I think I would probably not set aside rooms for conjugal visits. I think
that seems a little bit too far.
I think you put a little bit at risk from someone else sitting across going, well, wait a minute, what's going on there? And are they getting extra better treatment than I am?
You can learn more about Mike and LAK Group, everything they do for your career at lakgroup.com.
Thanks, guys.
Leading a nonprofit takes more than heart. It takes the right leader with the skills, experience, and passion to move your mission forward. Vince Vitrano here for Spano Pratt. They focus exclusively on nonprofit executive searches, from discovering high-caliber candidates to rigorous assessment and selection to engaging and aligning your board of directors throughout the process. Spano Pratt doesn't just fill roles. They help you find leaders who truly align with your purpose and mission. SpanoPratt.com.
Wet basements and foundation problems? For over 20 years, Accurate has been the Fix-It Show's trusted experts in foundation repair and waterproofing. Whether it's cracked walls, drain tile issues, or water in your basement, they've got you covered. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call Accurate Basement Repair today at 414-744-6900 or visit AccurateBasementRepair.com. They're not just good, they're accurate.
Has your doctor told you it's time to lose weight? Is your blood pressure up, your cholesterol climbing, or you're already on medication and wondering, is this just my life now? Have you been told you need a procedure or surgery, but you have to lose weight first? That's where many people get stuck. At Milwaukee Weight Loss, they help people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections, prepackaged meals, or extreme workouts. More importantly, they help you keep the weight off. So if you're not stuck wondering what problem is next, imagine improving your health, taking pressure off your joints, and feeling better every day. Because if nothing changes, it could mean more medications or bigger problems down the road. Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scavidi here. For me, Milwaukee Weight Loss is about more than the number on the scale. I've got more energy, I feel healthier, I'm eating healthier, and I'm building habits I can stick with to keep the weight off for good. When I get on the scale, I usually have a smile on my face when I see that number. Now it's time to get back to you. $200 off now through August 31st. That's their special. And right now, schedule your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests.
That's WTMJ.com/contests.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The 60-day window expires today for the U.S. and Iran to reach a peace deal, but President Trump said he's in no rush. He has also talked about the U.S. taking over the Strait of Hormuz. The father of actress Hayden Panettiere tells ABC News his daughter was found dead yesterday in South Carolina. She was best known for her roles on TV in the shows Heroes and Nashville, but she said her favorite movie role was when she was 10 in Remember the Titans alongside Denzel Washington.
What do you want?
Is Coach Yost here?
We're busy. Interviewing for head coaching jobs. Got 11 offers and certainly no time for you.
Panettiere was open about her battles with addiction and postpartum depression. She was 36 years old. Opening statements are set for today in the trial of the man accused of ordering the attack that killed rapper Tupac Shakur 30 years ago. And storms and flooding in Indiana are now blamed for at least 7 deaths in the state. This is ABC News.
We still have this issue on 41 heading southbound. It's basically closed. And you'll be diverted off at Highway 144 near Big Cedar Lake. That is going to be an issue. So you're going to be exiting all the way and going to 175 to the west. Follow that, and you can get back on, I believe, just about at 145 or Pioneer Road and get back onto the freeway that way. Northbound still has the delays through there, but it looks like they've opened up all the lanes on the northbound side. Westbound 94, we've got backups from about 35th Street all the way to Hawley Road. More backups from just west of Highway 100, crossing over the county line, eastbound from 70th Street all the way to 35th. And then we do still have the left shoulder block now actually, this is a new one. This is on northbound 4394. Just about at Holt Avenue, the left shoulder is blocked. There's also the other accident on the left shoulder at Beecher still being worked on. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, a high of 80 degrees today. Skies mostly sunny, partly cloudy tonight, low down to 64. And our current temperature, 71. Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The opening bell on Wall Street just a few minutes ago, and the Dow Jones is down 205 points to 53,542. S&P 500 at 77.75 is down 10, and the NASDAQ is up about 6 points to 26,734. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:35.
Do you hear that?
Is that circus music?
Ladies and gentlemen, behold, the eighth wonder of the world.
What are you doing?
Step right up and see the magnificent Beck sofa at Penny Mustard.
The Beck sofa is pretty awesome, but why are you acting like a carnival barker?
Ever seen a little car at the circus?
You mean a clown car?
With clowns that keep climbing out one after another?
I don't know how they do that.
Exactly. The Beck sofa is Penny Mustard's clown car.
How so?
The Beck's appears to be a petite, apartment-sized sofa.
Yeah.
And yet, it comfortably seats several people, one after another.
That's why the Beck's is so popular. It fits in tiny spaces.
But it can hold contortionists, lion tamers, and the ringmaster, too.
Step right up and see the Beck sofa, starting at $19.77 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. Had a guy stop by the house the other day asking me about my roof, and was pitching something, and I was like, hey, I'm like, well, no, I got someone for that. Chuck and the team there from Tri-County Contracting. He's like, oh, okay. And he was trying to walk away. I'm like, hold on. I can tell you about the worry-free roof tune-up that they do.
Oh, now you're holding him up.
Telling him about the worry-free, and he's like, okay. And he's walking away off the stoop and away from the house, and I followed him all the way to the street. I'm like, no, actually, they also do windows, so that's why they're my guys. I wanted to show him my window treatments in the backyard. Yeah. Because of the sliding door.
Now he doesn't have any time.
He's like, I really got to get to the neighbors. I'm like, no, here's the website. It's TriCountyContractingWI.com. And they do the roofing, siding, and windows that'll make you love your home again. He said thank you, and he took the name down again, TriCountyContractingWI.com.
It's time now for the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day. Featuring helpful tips to protect your home and prevent costly repairs by staying one step ahead of sewer problems. From your local experts at Sewer Ninjas.
If you own an older home, especially before 1980, or you're thinking about buying one, there's one inspection you should never skip: the sewer inspection. Many sewer lines installed decades ago were made from clay or cast iron and can deteriorate over time. A simple camera inspection can identify roots, cracks, or deterioration long before sewage backs up in your basement, which is the responsibility of the homeowner and not the city. I'm Jordan with Sewer Ninjas, locally owned, Wisconsin proud, and here to help you protect your home.
This has been the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day, helping Wisconsin homeowners stay ahead of costly sewer problems, 1 minute at a time. Learn more today at sewerninjas.com.
Do you now agree this sound is what I thought it was? I had my nephew hanging out this weekend, and he wanted to ride a scooter around the neighborhood. I guess I hadn't noticed before, but I noticed that. It's cicadas, isn't it?
I think so.
You wanted to debate that with me initially.
Well, it was early in the morning. I was getting my bugs mixed up, but it sounds like those large bug sounds that come from the trees now.
Right. A lot. Yeah. It was all over, and it was pretty loud. Therefore, and I rolled courtesy of me.
Yeah, that's good.
That's my audio there. So I think we need to play the open.
Give it up for John Sakata.
it's kind of almost deafening.
With billions of cicadas emerging at the same time.
So we really talked about this a lot in 2024, and that's when we had the big double brood, right? So that was going to be a big year, a year the likes of which only happen every, 10 or so.
It's like every 17 years or something like that. But we had two separate cicada groups coming at once, so they expected it to be even a larger swath.
So then I was a little bit confused, right? Because we really hit it then when we had the double brood, and it was a major year for cicadas across much of the eastern part of the entire country.
We're going to get trillions of these amazing living organisms come out of the earth. It's like an entire alien species living underneath our feet. And then some prime number years, they come out to say hello, and all they do is just climb up on trees and pee. That's as much damage as they do.
Now, you'll note this is not a prime number year. That was a professor at Georgia Tech whom we played some of his sound in that thing.
Love the joy.
Really excited
you could hear
about
in
it.
his voice.
Sure was. So I looked it up. USA Today in spring wrote this. No major, you were right, you're 17. No major 13 or 17 year cicada broods are set to emerge nationwide, though a small number of insects emerging in off years known as stragglers may still be buzzing about. I feel like we've always, almost every summer, right?
I agree. It always seems it's later in the year. You get into August, the humidity, you start hearing those loud bugs. Like katydids, I've heard people talk about katydids get really loud. Those
What kind of noise does that make?
It's like, it goes up and down. That's more like a, that's a
What
little
was
bit
the
further.
sound that you were making this morning when I said it was cicadas? And you thought, no.
See, you want me to do
I want
this
you to make the sound that you thought.
It's more like a like it's almost like a whistle, like a ba, 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 ba. I don't know.
I don't know that I've ever heard that.
Maybe it's just
in my yard.
Maybe it's just in my head.
You live in Menominee Falls, right? I don't know if other neighbors in the falls can confirm.
Those bugs, whether it's cicadas or not, they sound louder this year. Like it seems more jarring actually than years past.
It was a lot. So we do still get them, evidently. I thought for my money it was every bit as loud ever as in, the big year. I thought this was just as loud. Big number notwithstanding, sounds like summer in Wisconsin with the songs of the cicadas. I'm sorry, cicadas. Time saver traffic here with Debbie.
All right. Well, we still have this issue 41 heading southbound. This is the freeway is closed at Highway K. You'll be diverted off at Highway K. You'll need to take that west to 175, and then you can use that all the way to get to Pioneer Road. Then you can get back onto the freeway that way. This is all because of an accident. Now, the northbound side is still a little bit slow right before Sherman Road, but all the lanes have reopened on that direction. So at least we got that going for us. Westbound 94, a little bit heavy from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound's got some backups from 70th Street to 35th. And then on northbound 4394, delays around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Right about at Holt, we do have a crash on the left shoulder. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Match Play Events Club Championship. Take your golf game to the next level. Vince Vitrano here for Racine Country Club. If you love to golf and you want to do a lot more of it and you want to elevate your game, join us out here at Racine Country Club. Competing in sports doesn't have to be something you used to do in high school. Feel the fun and energy of playing competitive sports again. Golf with and amongst your friends gives you a little something to shoot for, to target as you're working on your game. Golf professional staff at RCC is there for lessons as well to help you grow and encourage your growth. Strive to reach your goals. We've got men, women, juniors, new to the game, competitions and events for every level golfer. Golf not your thing? Lots to do at Racine Country Club. We'll see you out at the pool, the pickleball courts, The tennis courts, in the grill or the dining room. Our chefs are fantastic. A lot of great weather ahead still. So join us now. RacineCountryClub.com.
See Europe from a completely new perspective with Fox World Travel and Avalon Waterways. Cruising down legendary rivers like the Danube or the Rhine, your luxury boutique hotel travels with you. Relax in award-winning panorama suites featuring wall-to-wall windows, enjoy premium local wine and dining, and step off directly into the heart of historic castles and villages. Your next incredible river cruise awaits. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com today.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margle Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at marglemedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Potawatomi Sportsbook and Ridgetop.
1-1, ground ball to short. Up with it is Ortiz. Fires to first. Ball game over. A 6-2 victory against the Dodgers. And the Brewers come to L.A. and take 3 of 4. Great series win for Milwaukee. And they can head back home, rest up tomorrow.
What a great finish for the Brewers on the road. And it's a road trip that started in disastrous fashion as the Brewers got swept by the Padres, but take, as you heard there, 3 of 4 from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Host of Brewers Extra Innings, Dominic Catronio, on the line with us this morning. Dom, I can't tell you how many Brewers fans, you probably heard it as well and saw it in your social media feed when folks were talking about, hey, beat the Dodgers. Hey, got the series, got the season series from the Dodgers. So many haters out there going, yeah, well, we'll see what happens in October. See what happens in September. Are we supposed to not be happy about it? I get it, but are we supposed to not be happy?
The haters hate everything. Don't listen to the haters.
Okay, I won't.
Okay? Like, it's I just don't. If you don't have a real profile picture or a real name, or you're just chirping me on the text line or the chat line with a million consonants and letters, I call them passwords, where it's like, you're nobodies. Like, just stop it. Like, you enjoy nothing, and you hate everything, so leave. This was awesome. This was exactly what the Brewers needed. 3 out of 4, playing their brand of baseball again, too. This wasn't like eking out 3 out of 4 where they were really going back and forth or struggling. No, the Brewers got back to playing Brewer ball, especially on Saturday and Sunday, with William waking up these last 2 games, chasing Tarek Skubal with, long innings against him, then adding on late against the bullpen, the comeback kids on Thursday. This was exactly the reset the Brewers needed.
It was pretty cool, just the start and finish with Jake Bauers saying, hey, we just need to chill the F out after the Padres series, and then to walk the walk. I mean, he had a hell of a series.
5 times to the plate, all 5 times reached, 4 hits, including a walk. Furthermore, all 5 of those plate appearances came against left-handed pitching, left on left. And this was a guy coming into this year who had really been platooned his whole career, meaning he only faced right-handed pitching. And this year, he's having a career year across the board in his walk year. I can't say enough good things about Jake Bauers. As you said there, Eric, like clubhouse presence, we all need to chill out. And then he did it, right? He had the go-ahead RBI on Thursday. He had great base running in yesterday's game. He's playing right field. He's playing first base. He's doing everything the Brewers ask of him. And quite frankly, guys, I am starting the process and the research and everything of Jake Bauers deserves to be a top 10 MVP vote getter. Like, I'm dead serious. I think you can argue that he has been the team's MVP ahead of Bryce Terang, ahead of some of the guys that you would expect because of the versatility to play all over the place. I'm not saying he's a Gold Glover, but my goodness, having a career year, leading the team in home runs, playing against both righties and lefties, and doing whatever the team asks of him, that's what an MVP does.
Dom Catronio is with us here on Brewers 360. Glad you mentioned the pitching matchup because this couldn't have worked out any better. You had Tarek Skubal, who's now a Dodger. He's the guy the Brewers and everybody wanted. And
wait, Skubal's a Dodger?
Right. And as we discussed, one of the guys the Brewers might likely have had to give up to get him was Logan Henderson. They face off against each other on a Sunday afternoon, and our guy gets the win.
It's poetic, right? It's just baseball's the best. That's how it always works out because when I look at it under the hood, and I'm looking at some of the numbers, and I was previewing it yesterday, under the hood, this season alone, I'm not saying the body of work for Tarek Skubal is the same as Logan Henderson's, but just this season, you kind of have to squint to see the difference. You really do. Like there's a lot underneath there that you're like, well, his strikeout rate's this, and well, so is his. Well, his walk rate's this, and so is his. And his ERA is actually better than his. So what are we trying to say here? I think that it all worked out as it was supposed to, right? The Brewers were never going to give up Logan Henderson. And people on the outside were critical of it, saying, what the heck? Why would you not give up this kid? It's Tarek Skubal. It's the best pitcher in the game. Well, Brewers kind of argued saying, we don't think he's the best pitcher in the game. We think our guy is just as good. And they kind of doubled down on that with that victory yesterday. Did they tear the cover off the ball? No. But did they get to him that third time through? Yes. They're going to probably see Skubal again in the postseason this year. By the way, they've got to him twice now this season. They got to him when he was a Tiger, just the Brewers lost to the bullpen later in that game.
What do we make of Bryce Terang? We thinking he might be back this week? I didn't even recognize the guy playing second base yesterday.
Yeah, new guy, right?
Jonathan Ornelas, yeah, Phoenix kid. Shout out to my hometown. But the word is Terang is back tomorrow. He's been dealing with a right knee issue. They've been kind of cloudy about what exactly is wrong, so it just sounds like general soreness, not like anything ligament related or anything like that. But he's expected to be back tomorrow against the Mariners. Cooper Pratt is also starting a rehab assignment on Tuesday up in Appleton with the High A Timber Rattlers, so that's good news there as well. And we could see Sal Frelick back tomorrow, too. He had been spending the last 8 days in AAA Nashville. So when you say all those names, you realize, wait, the Brewers won 3 out of 4 without those 3 in L.A.? Whew, that's a pretty good sign.
What do you know about the Mariners, Dom?
The Mariners cannot hit. They are in a rut of all ruts right now. Cal Raleigh, it's been the most disappointing player in baseball, and it's a shame because he's such a great guy. After 60 homers a year ago, this year, or not 60, I should say 58, I believe, but it's been a 160 batting average. It's been very odd for the Mariners, and yet they're not technically dead in the American League West because the American League is so mediocre with so many teams being under 500, but they simply cannot hit.
It'll be Brewers and Mariners tomorrow as the crew gets a day off today, and so does Dom, but for this year appearance.
Thank you, bud.
All right, I'm going to bed. See you guys.
8:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Check the roads one more time here before 9 o'clock with Debbie, and we've still got this big issue out in Washington County. Yeah, Deb?
Yes. Southbound 41 is closed from about Highway K to just past Highway 60 because of a crash. So your best bet, exit at Highway K, take that west to 175, follow that all the way down to about Highway 145 and get back onto the freeway that way. So that's what you're going to need to deal with in Washington County. In Milwaukee County, westbound 94, backing up from 30th Street all the way to Hawley Road, eastbound from Hawley to 35th. Then we've also got northbound on 41, backing up from about Howard Avenue up to Oklahoma Avenue. Just north of Holt Avenue is where we have an accident on the left shoulder, so that's tightening up right through that area. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is setting the stage to rock your socks off. This August, jam out with real rock off. You could win raging prizes to the tune of $300,000. Get in on the jam session by playing with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries. Thursday nights will be a game show battleground for your share of cash and reward play. Real rock off. It's gonna be epic. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Not all roofing contractors are created equal, and homeowners know the difference. Ridgetop Exteriors has been the local, trusted choice since 2002. Upfront pricing, expert crews, manufacturer-backed warranties, and over 40,000 completed projects backed by thousands of 5-star reviews from your neighbors. No surprises, no runarounds, just honest work from people who live and work right here in our community. Call Ridgetop Exteriors for a free estimate. Ridgetop Exteriors, the easy choice for your home.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Vince Vitrano for my friends Peg and Todd Hair at Hair Septic and Sewer. Well, it's not Peg and Todd Hair, but it's their company, right? It's Peg and Todd Stare at Hair. Join the Hair Club HERR Club. Did you know Wisconsin state law requires that you have your septic system inspected and your tank drained every 3 years? Did you also know you should really probably be doing that every year to avoid trouble and increase longevity? You also got a filter in there. That should be changed twice a year. Look, if you don't even want to think about any of this, join the Hair Club. That means Peg and Todd put you on the schedule to take care of everything. You'll have a system in tip-top shape. And with fewer concerns about an emergency, the best part is it's worry-free. Enroll in the Hair Club today at HairCorp, that's HERR Corp.com.
MPS Families. School starts Tuesday, September 1st, and we're excited to serve you. If you haven't enrolled your child yet, now is the time. Milwaukee Public Schools offers free breakfast and lunch, the latest reading curriculum, and programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, language immersion, Montessori, special education, and more. Enroll today at mpsmke.com/enroll or visit us in person at 5225 West Vliet Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't wait. Enroll today.
It's the most wonderful time of year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 18th.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Seattle Mariners.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 18th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
8:56 on Wisconsin's Morning News. A couple of spots that we might see some rain in your storm team forecast this week, but think about what we just missed. About a week's worth of devastating storms that were just to our south, just absolutely ravaged the Midwest. Indiana was just devastated.
The worst part is everything that I have finished ready is ruined, so all that stuff's going to be trash, and it was a waste of my time and supplies.
And that guy's one of the lucky ones, dealing with loss of property only in northern Indiana. Some spots in the Hoosier State got a foot of rain over several days. That thing just was stalled just to our south, hey?
Yeah, just absolutely catastrophic. Just training.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. If you had outdoor plans at all last week, maybe you were checking your pocket radar or whatever, and you just saw that there it is again, there it is again, there it is again, largely to the south of our state line. 7 people killed in devastating storms in Indiana alone, and they're going to be a long way back because the water is still there. They're still waiting for it to recede. Quieter weather, it looks like, in the southern part of the Midwest this week, and we're in pretty good shape here.
As far as the roads go, we'll check in with Debbie Lauska here in just a couple of minutes, but 41 southbound remains shut down right around the Slinger area because of a devastating crash, too, in that stretch. That's involving a couple of semis, and that was the second major crash of the day on that similar stretch of roadway.
Fatal motorcycle crash a little bit further
morning.
south of that location, right?
So we'll get you through all of that, but that's something that's been just dominating the morning commute so far.
8:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Manufacturer Briggs & Stratton returns to profitability and sales growth after its 2020 bankruptcy, but CEO Christina Cernelia says there are no plans to resume large-scale manufacturing at the Wauwatosa headquarters. Milwaukee-based mutual fund firm Heartland Advisors moves from BMO Tower in downtown Milwaukee to the Associated Bank River Center, 1 block away. Heartland funds manage about $2 billion in assets. A new senior living community for Racine County. Archwood Senior Living breaks ground this fall on Union Grove Place with 50 units offering assisted living and memory care services. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Hello, Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Have you seen those Russian floating folk dancers that look like they're gliding on air?
Impressive. They kind of resemble the Brody table at Penny Mustard.
You're right.
And these upholstered caster dining chairs look like they're also gliding on air. Here, I'll show you.
Be careful.
Watch out!
I never was a very good dancer.
The Brody table, paired with 4 caster dining chairs, starting at $64.22 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com. Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
9 o'clock, I'm Vince Vetrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Monday, August 17th. Let's take you right to Debbie Lazica, who's got a look at what's going on in Washington County here with this. Well, we still got a partial freeway shutdown, Deb.
Yeah, southbound 41 is still closed at Highway K, all because of a crash. So you'll be diverted off at Highway K. You need to take that west to 175 and follow that down to 145 and get back onto the freeway that way. The accident itself is apparently right near Highway 60, so that's not going to be one of the options for you. So you do want to be extra careful heading past that. Rest of the system's actually pretty typical stuff. East and westbound 94, mainly through the stadiums where you're slowing down. I'm Debbie Lazica with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your Storm Team forecast, mostly sunny today with a high of 80 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, low down to 64 tonight. By Tuesday afternoon and into the evening hours, we'll be looking for some storms that are likely. Tuesday's high, 82.
A little bit more detail about that crash that has shut down 41 near Slinger.
One vehicle pinned vertically between multiple others with 3 passengers inside of it, at least 1 child there unconscious.
It's audio from Broadcastify. Yeah, there's at least 2 semis involved and a couple of vehicles as well. So they're still dealing with a very busy, and I should say, it's going to take a long time to get that cleared up, so I wouldn't anticipate that'll be cleared up anytime soon. Crews remain on the scene there. Earlier this morning, we had a motorcycle crash a little bit further down 41 near the Cabela's in that stretch there. That accident has since been cleared. We have very little detail on both of these accidents.
At least 1 police officer was injured as multiple fights broke out on the final night of Wisconsin State Fair.
All right, we're moving in with the horses. Large fight.
Scanner audio from Broadcastify and video on social media shows a large number of West Allis police responding to the Spin City area on the fairgrounds last night. Multiple fights broke out, officers chasing after people as they tried to clear the area. Dispatch audio also indicates 1 officer was apparently punched in the face during the incident. Police have not said whether anyone else was injured or whether any arrests were made. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
A Milwaukee County court official is facing felony charges after police discovered a drug operation at her house.
The basement of a home owned by Samotria Matthews was used to package, store, and manufacture fentanyl and cocaine, according to a criminal complaint. Matthews was a deputy division administrator for the Milwaukee County Clerk of Circuit Court, according to a LinkedIn profile. Her 2 family members, Rodney and Terrion Matthews, face multiple felonies related to drug possession with intent to deliver and for leading police on 2 high-speed chases. Samotria is charged with maintaining a drug trafficking place as party to a crime. All 3 have their first court appearance set for this morning. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Authorities are still working to identify a body found in Lake Michigan over the weekend.
The man was found between South Shore Park and Bayview Park, around 30 feet from the shore. He was pulled from the water and pronounced dead at the scene. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office says he's an older white man between 55 to 65 years old. He's around 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, with white-gray hair and a white-gray goatee. They also say he had a scar consistent with cardiac surgery and may have had a pacemaker. He was wearing black and white running shoes, dark blue athletic pants with white stripes, a dark green baseball hat, and a retro Brewers t-shirt. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
President Trump is facing questions for his business dealings this morning. This after his own Treasury Department approved a bank charter for a crypto company run by the Trump family. A Trump appointee at the Treasury Department granted the preliminary approval to World Liberty Financial, and financial experts say it is a conflict of interest.
Started in the months before Trump returned to the White House, World Liberty used to list the president, his sons, his Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff, and Witkoff's sons on its website. The page appears to have since been removed. The firm's deals, including in the Middle East, have helped Trump's personal gains from Crypto Balloon, earning upwards of $1.4 billion from his family crypto businesses alone last year, according to his financial disclosures.
ABC's Jay O'Brien. The White House denies any potential conflict.
30 years since the shooting death of hip-hop legend Tupac Shakur, the murder trial set to begin today.
The rapper was gunned down on the Las Vegas Strip during his height of his career. Former gang leader Dwayne Davis is being accused of orchestrating the murder. For years, Davis allegedly bragged about his role in the killing, even wrote a book about it. Now Davis claims that his story was all a lie just to sell books. Prosecutors say this trial could last well over a month, and if convicted, he faces life in prison without parole.
News Nation's Alicia Nieves reporting Davis was arrested in September of 2023, has been in custody ever since.
Jonas Brothers are coming to Milwaukee. They got a huge tour and just announced this morning, moments ago, they're going to play Fiserv Forum. So the Jonas Brothers will play Fiserv Forum on November 1st. Tickets go on sale Friday.
News about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. We're 35 minutes off the opening bell. The Dow Jones Industrial is down 137 points to 53,595. S&P 500 is at 7773. That's down 12 points. And the NASDAQ is flat at 26,729. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
If you've ever worried about your heart, if you've ever loved someone with heart disease, if you've ever wondered if you're the one at risk, let's remind ourselves that we are not powerless. Because at the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we're pushing to outsmart heart and vascular disease by working with you personally to understand your history, assess your risks, and guide you to heart strength. By digging deep with tireless research and offering access to leading-edge clinical trials. And for the most serious conditions, including heart failure, heart valve disease, arrhythmias, and vascular diseases, we provide renowned expertise and the most advanced life-saving procedures you expect from academic medicine. So let's get out in front of heart disease. Let's outsmart it. Let's keep pushing so that every one of us can outrun it and embrace every beautiful day life in Wisconsin has to offer. To learn more about our nationally renowned heart and vascular care, visit froedtert.com/heart.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
Hi, I'm Kirsten Hildebrand of Hildebrand Law Firm. Since 2001, we've proudly helped Milwaukee families and business owners protect what matters most. We combine the experience of a larger law firm with the personal attention you deserve. We take the time to listen, explain your options, and create a plan that's right for you. When the stakes are high, you need trusted legal advocates who will stand by your side every step of the way. Protect your family, your legacy, and your peace of mind. Visit hildebrandlawfirm.net to schedule a consultation today.
Now for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Brewers off today, took 3 of 4 in their series with the Dodgers over the weekend in Sunday's 6-2 win. It was our guy, Logan Henderson, 1 run on 7 innings of work. Jake Bauers had 4 hits and 2 RBIs.
To hold the Dodgers, that type of lineup to 1 run in 7 innings is amazing. And a few hits and 1 walk, right? 1 walk. Yeah, he was outstanding. I mean, hats off to him and the job that Bauers did at the plate. It's just like a one-man wrecking crew.
And manager Pat Murphy there. Brewers 3 games ahead of the Los Angeles Dodgers in the race for the National League's best record. Now 5 up on the Cubs in the Central. Back home tomorrow night, starting a 3-game series against the Mariners. Packers tight end Tucker Kraft, his first full participation day on Sunday at Packers training camp, coming off his torn ACL from last season.
They have a plan for me, and week by week, they're going to gradually increase my snap count depending on the full rep range of practice. So, my job is just out there and answer when my number's called.
Packers practice open to fans tomorrow in Green Bay as the Pack get set to face Denver on the road Friday in their second of 3 preseason games. Time saver traffic. We kept Debbie here a little bit longer as we're still looking at this situation in Washington County, Deb.
Yeah, southbound 41 is still closed at Highway K. You'll be diverted off at Highway K, and you need to take that west to 175. Use that all the way to Highway 145 and get back onto the freeway there. The accident itself apparently is near Highway 60, so that's why you can't use that one as an alternate route to get onto the freeway again. So just something to keep in mind. Luckily, the delays that are there obviously are there. It's delayed, but looks like things are being handled pretty well at the moment. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Sunny today, a high of 80 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 64. For Tuesday, humid, a high of 82. There is a chance for storms later in the day tomorrow. Wednesday, sunny, less humid, 77. Thursday, sunny, 78. Friday, partly cloudy, 75.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
11 minutes after 9 on Wisconsin's Morning News. We got a new poll out in the race for governor, but what, if anything, should we even take away from its results? And maybe the larger question is this steady stream of polling data that, frankly, we talk about a lot in the news. Is it going beyond telling us as voters what's happening in these political races to the point where there are dramatic effects on the outcome of the race because of what the polls are telling us? And are we even okay with that?
Happening today.
What do you think of that for a topic, Eric?
Eye-catching and ear-catching.
All right, so let me lay it out for you, and then we can sort of backfill on a few of the points that I raised there. First, on this new poll. This is a Badger Battleground poll. Heard of this before. They come up from time to time, and they use Platform Communications to conduct the poll. A small sample size, not for polling, but I think people are always startled to learn how few people are actually interviewed for a statistically significant number in a poll. We'll have, what would you think for, I might be going off of presidential election year numbers, but we'll be north of, we've been north of 3 million votes in Wisconsin,
right? And everything would indicate election. That would likely happen this November.
Okay, 3 million votes in Wisconsin. You know how many people they interviewed for this poll? 500.
Yeah.
Or it's actually 550 if you count their supplemental where they looked at some battleground
now that doesn't
assembly districts.
It doesn't mean it's a bad poll because of that, right?
In fair admission, I did drop stats my senior year in college. Look, too hard. I'm sorry, and my brain just doesn't function like that. But if you've taken any statistics, or if you know or follow these things, these very small sample sizes are actually statistically significant. And, when we talk about ratings on television, the TV rating, there are fewer than 400 households that are
amazing
for a metro area that's north of several million people. So this is the way they do the polling, and it's fine. So I'm not suggesting there's anything bad or untoward or outlandish about this poll. I just raised that so people know. They talked to 550 people, okay? But that's the poll. And it shows, according to this news release, At this initial stage, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley leads Congressman Tom Tiffany by a narrow 48-44 margin on the gubernatorial ballot. And then it breaks it down further by independents, by likely voters, battleground districts, things like that. Okay, 48-44 in favor of County Exec Crowley on the Democratic side over Congressman Tom Tiffany, according to this poll. Notably, also, I didn't see a margin of error listed. Did you?
I was going to ask you that because that could mean anything. That could either make it a dead heat or it could push it even wider apart. You just don't know.
And typically in these polls, that's what?
A couple percentage points?
Sure. I think you see a minimum of 2, sometimes up to 4.
Yep. Seen 4 before.
So without one being listed, you could take away from this poll that it might be inside the margin of error, meaning it might be a dead heat, meaning might be County Executive Crowley is even further ahead than the poll suggests. But again, I didn't see one listed, therefore I can't offer you what that margin of error is. I won't get a lot more into the other numbers because really the question I want to get back to, does it even matter? As we saw in the last election, polls don't vote, people go vote. The only poll that matters is the one where people actually cast their ballots. And that ultimately yields us a candidate who turns into the person who gets the office. County Executive Crowley himself was critical of the polling, suggesting it played into his decision initially to drop out of the race. Here's what he told us when he was live with us here on Wisconsin's Morning News.
We made that decision based off of the data and the facts that we had at the time. And as everybody in this state and across the country has seen that every day since we had suspended the campaign, we learned that the data and the facts were false.
Interesting, he said, we learned the data and the facts were false. In the case of this most recent poll, the Crowley campaign is all in, sending out results in a news release on Sunday. Oh, this
whenever
poll we
you're
like.
up, whenever you're up, the poll is great. Whenever you're down, the poll is garbage.
So let's address this issue first as to whether or not the pollsters got it wrong last time. I'm not here to carry water for Charles Franklin over at the Marquette University Law School poll, widely regarded as one of the finest polls, and I think he has the data to back that up over a body of work. In many ways, the poll didn't accurately predict that David Crowley was going to win, or multiple polls didn't show that. In fact, it showed Crowley trailing back when the county executive said, yeah, we looked at this polling data and it showed we didn't have a path to victory, and well, here I am, the nominee.
But he may not have had a path at that moment.
I think I agree with that. Were the polls wrong, or did the race change? So much was happening right around the time that these polls were in the field. It was like 3 weeks where all sorts of stuff happened. People were dropping out. He got back in, things like that. And poll is in the field as there's all of this churn.
And voters made decisions based on that poll to decide whether or not they wanted him or somebody else.
And even absent that, any poll is a snapshot in time at the moment. So you take a poll 4 weeks ahead of an election. There were tons of undecideds, first of all. Secondly, even some of the likely voters was listed. They're often asked the question in this way. If the election were today, and then this candidate or that candidate, this person over that person. Well, the election's not today. People change their minds, other things happen. So the poll could be accurate in that moment, but still not necessarily predict the outcome correctly.
And you asked if polls matter, and they absolutely do, because whether it's an internal poll or if they look at a series of polls, don't for a second think that the campaigns aren't dissecting this stuff.
Many are paying for their own polling.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
We talk all the time about the internal polling.
And you'll hear oftentimes, well, the National Party is pulling its money out of this state, or the National Party's putting its money into this race. And why are they doing that? Because they know where they might be able to flip one or win a seat. They're not going to waste money in a if they see their guy or gal is down considerably, they're not going to throw a bunch of money in that race.
I think when you look at, the parties or other big level donors, a lot of this is about money, and nobody wants to throw away money. So polling shows to people, rightly or wrongly, suggests to people who have money to throw around, the PACs, the parties, individual donors who are viable candidates at the moment. A couple of reasons that you want to put money behind the ultimate winner. One, you hopefully at least agree with that person's policies, right? This is the person who I believe for my small business or for my big business is best for me, or for my family or my values. So you want to throw the money behind the person that represents that. But on top of that, if you're throwing a lot of money at a candidate, you want to get credit for that. You want that to maybe come back around. So your candidate gets elected, and now you can put a phone call in and say, I need I need a 5-minute conversation with Eric Bilstead here, who won, because I helped the campaign. So,
and sometimes folks will donate to both campaigns
just so they can have that access.
Yes, I mean that's not unheard of.
And so you don't want to put tens of thousands of dollars or maybe more if you're talking about these PACs behind someone who doesn't ultimately win, because now you've curried favor for someone who doesn't have the office. Congrats. A lot of people who donated to State Representative Francesca Hong. Okay. But now you can get on board with Crowley, whatever, but that whole initial investment didn't get you there across the finish line. And now, so you would view that as maybe perhaps a squandered investment, unless you were investing in her for various other reasons.
Sure, right.
So you're trying to curry influence. You're trying to curry that opportunity to have a voice and to say, look, I'm on the team, so I get a little bit of something, or I at least get consideration when you get in office for the things that I want you to support. So the polling, even though maybe ultimately it doesn't affect the result in that way, it definitely affects how donors look, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it also can, because we have this polling, change the outcome of the election. So then you look at, not should we be doing this? I'm not suggesting you do away with polling, but it is that leaves a bad taste in my mouth as a voter.
That the polling can indicate or change the direction of the election?
It's one thing if the polling is just showing us for interesting purposes who might be ahead or whatever, but the fact that it can cause a candidate to drop out or multiple candidates to drop out based on something that maybe ultimately doesn't come to fruition, and then it's a lot of the money that's involved in that as well.
Or if it's a bad poll.
Yeah. And you raised an interesting point, too, is another way the campaigns use their data. If they show they're down in a certain geographical area.
Yes, don't for a second. Yeah,
or they're down in a generational area. Well, you're not polling well among Gen Zs. Let's invest money.
Yes, let's do that. They build their strategy around that all the time.
And nothing wrong with that at all. That's the data that they're working off of. So I don't know, the viability of these polls, the interest, some of that's on us. I can't remember. I can't remember what her position was, but it was something they were having this caucus about how the media covers elections, right? And this woman told us, she goes, one legitimate criticism of the media and the polls and the things like that is we talk so much about the horse race.
Right.
Right? The polling shows us this person's ahead and this person's behind and this person's at what percent. But we're not talking enough, in her opinion, about the issues. Who are these people?
Yes. It's not
what are they saying?
It's not about the race per se until the day of the election.
Right. But also, we covered that which is interesting to people. If you're listening right now, I hope you're listening again tomorrow and whatever. And I do think people find it interesting. We want to know who's ahead too. So there's not a perfect solution to the thing. It's just take every one of these polls with a grain of salt, look closely at the data, how many people they're actually talking to, and then vote your conscience. But there's no question the polling right now is so important that it is changing or at least affecting the outcome of these races. 9:21 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Bank 5-9 has a mission to make lives better. They make it a priority to give back to their customers, communities, and their employees. In fact, Bank 5-9 was just honored again by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 17 years in a row. Want to learn more about working with the great people at Bank 5-9? Visit bank59.com/careers. That's bank59.com/careers. Equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Vince Vitrano for Bugman, Queen Bee, my pest control team. This is a trusted local company. They do honest, reputable work. Now, maybe you read about this story, a local single mom. This made the news. She had answered the knock at the door, high-pressure sales tactics. They talked her into spending thousands of dollars on a pest control service. It turns out she didn't even need. This is not how my guy Adam, the Bugman, does business. It's Adam and his wife Shandell. It's their family-owned business. They're right here in West Dallas. When you call, you talk to Julie over there, and she'll work you through everything. What are you seeing? What's happening at your house? Just tell her Vinny sent you, and she'll take care of the rest. And only recommend what you actually need done. Bugs, bees, or critters, don't go with whoever knocks on your front door. Bugman, queenbee.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga. Nobody likes backups, not on I-94 and definitely not in your own backyard. That's why I'm so glad we called Comfort Awnings. Now our outdoors time isn't delayed by rain or the scorching afternoon sun. One touch of a button gives us instant shade and shelter while also protecting us from harmful UV rays. So instead of heading inside when it gets too hot or starts to rain, we can enjoy the patio for longer. Don't let any more of the summer pass you by. Right now, get $200 off any awning or screen. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Earn now, spend later at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Now through August 26th, rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store. Redeemable just like cash September 3rd to the 16th. Right now, save $5 on estate lawn fertilizer, weed and feed, or winterizer. Rewards members save an extra $5. Plus, new and only at Blaine's, Ever Elm women's tees are on sale for just $9.99. Earn Blaine's Bucks now to spend later, just like cash. Only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Happy Monday!
It's time to look at the week ahead.
What a Monday morning. To the week ahead on Wisconsin's Morning News, all of the things this week, but right now, everything you're going to see on the TV, in your timelines, your news feeds, in the memes, in the paper, on JS Online, on all the other websites.
Just tell me what's going to be in the news.
Journal, all of that stuff, we're going to tell you right now, of course, on our own site as well. So, well, let's start with the obvious.
Construction. Vehicles, they move that dirt around.
Yes, traffic construction changes this week. So 94 eastbound starting tonight and then into tomorrow, you're going to see it. They're taking another lane away around 70th Street. So that'll be a 2-lane stretch in that area there before you get to the stadium. So yeah, so good luck there. Also 43 in Waukesha County. This construction's been going for a bit. They're changing some of their on-ramp, off-ramp stuff. So like 83 and 164. However, that's been going on right now. There's going to be some changes there. So that's one direction.
That's been a minute.
It's one lane in both directions through most of Waukesha County.
83 is where you get off to go to Elegant Farmer, right?
Yeah, in that area. Yep. So anyway, more work being done.
I feel like that was closed when I was a kid for strawberry.
Feel like it's been...
Can't get there from here.
No. It is Downtown Employee Appreciation Week.
I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't want to.
And you don't have to. Lots of events you can do instead of working if you work downtown. There's an opening ceremony later this morning and into this afternoon at Red Arrow Park. So if you notice all the activity downtown, that's why. A lot of people are going to be there for that. There are
opening ceremonies.
There's like a ribbon cutting.
Yeah.
There's
get to the stuff that
office challenge games.
No, what's free?
There's Bucks basketball shootout. There's lunch giveaways. There's music.
There we go. What do you get free?
Yeah, so there's some food and different things. This is from Milwaukee Downtown Bid 21 doing all of this. So there is also today a pickleball tournament at Red Arrow. And look at this. Looking at the list here, and it says...
There's no list.
One
Is there
Mr.
really
Vince Vetrano is
now you're making that
participating in the
I
tournament.
just signed up to play. My guy Todd, he works at Baird.
Have we figured out...
He is a downtown employee, so
there
we're
are
going to play together.
3 skill level options for those who are playing today.
Okay.
First, second, and third get prizes. There's beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Do you know whether or not you're playing advanced or not?
Todd signed us up, so I'm looking back at the text chain.
I would assume you better be advanced because you guys...
With these things, you don't know, E.
But I
could enter a tournament as advanced, and he and I could blow away the field because it's about a lot of casual players and whatever, and we play more than some, but not nearly as much as many.
Yeah.
We could enter intermediate and get smoked, maybe hurt. Because there's some people who are very good. It's just a little bit loose. When it's a friendly, as this is not a sanctioned event.
But this isn't Summerfest Celeb one. Like those involved in this one are going to want to win. Like this isn't just...
I think, or you could just have some folks who are kind of like, pickleball.
I'm not going to see Carl from Channel 6 playing today. Like this is
Carl's a fine player. It was Ted Perry who dragged him down. Sorry, Ted. Ted knows.
Moving on. Tupac Shakur's murder trial is expecting to get their opening statements today. Tupac's been gone 30 years, nearly 30 years. It was last September of 1996. He was shot and killed in Vegas. The man on trial accused of supplying the gun, again, gets underway today. A public hearing on Wednesday on what to do at the Lisbon-Sherman Multimodal Connections Project, multimodal. Busy intersection in that area, so there's lots to discuss. So they're going to have a public hearing about that. on Wednesday. What do you do with the crypto? In Madison, a legislative committee will meet to discuss cryptocurrency. Boy, this could either be really interesting or a really boring long day for some folks. But they want to talk about the potential uses of crypto, want to recommend legislation potentially regarding the use and development of cryptocurrency, want to talk about innovation with it. So all things crypto going to talk about in Madison. Pre-trial conference this week for the Southern Poverty Law Center. You remember these charges for wire fraud, money laundering, allegedly making payments to informants inside some of these groups. Also, the Attorney General says the organization was, quote, manufacturing racism to justify its existence. So they're going to be back in the news
It's a high charge.
Later
right?
today. Yeah. The U.S. set to enact 50% tariffs on most Canadian imports this week. This is in response to Canadian discrimination against U.S. cars, alcohol, and dairy products. So
Where else are they getting their cars in Canada? They make a lot of cars in Canada? It's going
to get them from Japan.
I guess, sure.
There's different spots.
Right. This has raised its head from time to time over both Trump administrations. I think a lot of folks find different ways to be affected by that. If you're one of the exporters here of dairy, you may argue that they should be more fair, but also are they going to retaliate and make it harder for you?
Right.
A lot of these are fraught with peril on both the import and export side.
Empire of the Sun, Gladys Knight, Spyro Gyra among the musicians coming to the area this week.
I just went Art Vandalay on you, importer, exporter.
No, that's
importer. He wants to focus more on the which one did he want to focus more on, the exporting or the importing? Anyway, I'm sorry, Eric. I totally derailed.
The Brewers are home against the Mariners.
How much time left in the show, Greg?
Yeah, got about a half hour here. So they got 3 with the Mariners, then 3 with the Braves at home. Now, don't forget, though, Sunday's a unique day. The Crew will play in Williamsport. It's part of the Little League World Series, which gets underway this week. No Whitefish Bay, unfortunately. They lost to Iowa. So this is kind of cool, though. The Brewers are going to be there. They're going to watch a game. We were hoping that they'd play on a Little League field, just bomb the ball. And even have the little pitching contraption that they use for the little kids, where they put the ball in the little contraption and pull it. And no, they're not. They're actually going to have real pitchers.
Yeah, you imagine Mizrowski pitching from 40 feet? Someone's going to die.
He could hit the batter in the face with his hand.
Right. It wouldn't be how many strikeouts. It'd be how many dead.
So that's Sunday. So that'll be neat. Packers play preseason game number 2 Friday night in Denver against the Broncos. We got Zoo a la carte this week and Mexican Fiesta as well. So those are the 2 final ones. You always know you're getting near the end of summer when Zoo a la carte pops up, right? They're always kind of near the end.
Yeah,
of the run.
always late fallish. I remember I worked at Susie's Cheesecakes for many years when I was a kid, and it was always getting close to.
Did you get to hear the band? Did you see Los Lonely Boys or
no? A band they set
Spin
up this,
Doctors.
I don't know how some vendors are closer to a lot of that. We were I actually kind of liked it because we were sort of deep into the zoo spot, so. We're amongst nature and the animals, Eric.
Among the streaming this week, so this is pretty neat, on Disney Plus, a show called 9/11 Reunited.
It's been 25 years, and I never saw him or heard of him again.
I've always wanted to say thank you.
I'd like to say thank you.
I need to say thank you to them for saving my life.
That's going to be a tearjerker. A 3-part series about 9/11 survivors who are going to meet for the first time the people who saved them. So this is like everyday hero type of stuff in some of these cases. We're just this guy happened to save this other person. That lady was the one that pulled him out. So that kind of stuff. So kind of neat to see that. Of course, we're coming up on a big anniversary with 9/11 this year. At the movies.
I never want to go home. I miss my kids. What? No, I don't miss my kids.
Leslie Mann stars in Spa Weekend. This is comedy. This is one of those ones, that's always the almost raunchy stuff like that. 4 friends go to get into shenanigans at the spa, and all the fun ensues there.
And what's her name, McCarthy, in this? No. She's always in these types. How is she not cast in this?
She is not.
Is she not available?
That's funny, but yes, she would always be in the movie.
Okay, hilarious. It's
also
funny
out
every
this
time.
weekend.
I'm sorry.
Also out is Insidious, which is a scary movie. Out of the Further, it's called. Mutiny, which is a Jason Statham movie. It ends in Hotspot. All out this weekend. That is the week ahead on Wisconsin's Morning.
Vehicles, they move that dirt around.
What do you want retirement to look like? Hi, I'm Tony Drake, Certified Financial Planner and founder of Drake & Associates right here in Wisconsin. For some people, retirement means travel and new adventures. For others, it means spending more time with family or pursuing passions they never had time for before. But turning those goals into a reality takes thoughtful planning. It's not just about saving money. It's about designing an income strategy that supports the life you want while helping your savings last throughout retirement. At Drake & Associates, we help Wisconsin families connect their financial plan with their lifestyle goals, building strategies designed to help support both today's needs and tomorrow's opportunities. My complimentary retirement toolkit can help you begin that process. It includes my book, Get Retirement Ready, and 5 guides covering income planning, taxes, and retirement strategies. Call 414-897-9522 or text the word tax to 414-897-9522 for your no-cost toolkit. That's 414-897-9522 or text the word tax to 414-897-9522. Because retirement planning isn't just about numbers, it's about the life those numbers support.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
No matter where you hear WTMJ, whether it be here,
So we are overlooking the bay. We're in the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studios.
or there,
Here live in our Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
catch us at home or on the go. Thanks to Fellow Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
In the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin podcast studio.
We are live wherever you are, on the air and on the go. The Pella Windows and Doors podcast studio is live on WTMJ.com.
Are you hosting an event, launching something new, wanting to get the word out about your part of the state? Be a featured guest on the WTMJ Experience Wisconsin show. Share your story, promote your event or business, and connect with fans all across the state. I'm John Merkier. I'd love to interview you. We reach listeners from Milwaukee to Madison, Green Bay to La Crosse, everywhere in between. It's Experience Wisconsin. Ready to shine a spotlight on your business or company? Email me, john@WTMJ.com for more information. john@WTMJ.com.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The Supreme Court rejected President Trump's request to toss out a $5 million jury verdict that found he sexually abused writer E. Jean Carroll in the 1990s, then defamed her. The court did not rule on the president's request to toss out a second Carroll verdict that totals $83 million. The president said he's in no rush to reach a deal with Iran. The 60-day period for the countries to form an agreement expires today, and Mick Mulroy, a former Defense Department official and ABC News contributor, says,
Right now, we're not going to see a resumption of major combat operations, but it's not in the interest of either country. So we're in somewhat of a stalemate. So this ceasefire, I think, will continue. But ultimately, this Strait of Hormuz has to be resolved for the United States to even get to the point where they can talk about the denuclearization plan.
Opening statements begin today in the trial of Dwayne Davis, accused of orchestrating the killing of Tupac Shakur 30 years ago. This is ABC News.
Well, southbound I-41 remains closed right now at Highway K in Washington County, all because of a crash that happened just right near Highway 60. So you'll be diverted off at Highway K. You'll need to take that west to 175, follow that all the way down to about Highway 145, which is the next point where you can get back onto the freeway and head through that area. The northbound has cleared up. You are able to get past it going the other direction. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Give me a nice one today. Sunny, a high of 80 tonight. Partly cloudy, a low of 64.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. More than an hour off the opening bell, and the Dow is still down about 213 points to 53,518. S&P 500 is at 7771. That is down 15 points, and the NASDAQ is up about 2.5 to 26,726. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wicker, Chief Homebuyer Helper with Wisconsin's own Accunet Mortgage. Nicer homes are still getting multiple offers over asking, and there's only one winner per listing. I want to help you be that winner, which is why I just increased the rock-solid pre-approval guarantee to $10,000. It's all about getting the seller to pick your offer over the others. So Accunet is now guaranteeing in writing to pay the seller 10,000 American bucks if we can't make good on the terms of your fully verified rock-solid pre-approval. Banks don't do that. We're willing to stand behind our work and stand behind you with a $10,000 guarantee that sellers will definitely notice. Maybe you've been writing offers and losing, which feels terrible, or maybe you're just starting out. Either way, don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval and let someone else end up sleeping in your dream home. Give the seller 10,000 reasons to say yes to your offer with Accunet's new $10,000 rock-solid seller guarantee. Get started with yours today at ACCUNET.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. Are you one of those who's gotten really good at working around the nonstop joint pain, right? You're a multitasker. You know how to do that, right? So when your knees or your hips are screaming at you, you shift your weight a little bit. Maybe you skip a workout or two when you're really having a bad day with the shoulders being stiff. And when it comes to kneeling down, you just don't ever do that ever again, right? Well, there is another way, and it's not surgery. It's QC Kinetics. So before you make any decision on surgery, just know that QC Kinetics might be what can work for you. All you got to do is call in and learn about it. 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559. You can get a free face-to-face, talk about how the regenerative treatments operate and how it works. And who knows, maybe you'd be like many other patients who start the treatments that day. Call QC Kinetics. Find out if it works for you. 414-667-5559. Call QC Kinetics today.
Score big at the International Autos Group in Milwaukee and save up to $25,000 on an exceptional lineup featuring Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, and Hyundai. Or get rare 0% financing for 60 months and make no payments for 90 days. Get the service you deserve at a price you'll love at the International Autos Group or at iamilwaukee.com, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Offers on select new models with approved credit. Savings off MSRP.
Surprising story that broke late over the weekend, dealing with a young actress, Hayden Panettiere. So that's from Nashville. She was the star on Nashville. She was also on Heroes. She's also been in a ton of movies. She was a child actress who just grew into a career in Hollywood.
I don't know if I ever made the connection from, I watched that Hero show because I was at TMJ4 at the time.
Yeah.
It was a big rollout for NBC. I thought it was a really good show for a couple of seasons. I thought she was excellent in that. I never connected her to the Remember the Titans.
Yeah, the girl, yeah. Right.
Who I saw one of the networks says she stole the show in that movie. She kind of did. She was amazing.
And she was one of those actresses at a very young age who you could tell just had it. Right? Had that talent. Well, tragically, she passed away over the weekend. She was just 36 years old.
Hayden Panettiere began acting when she was a baby, appearing in a commercial at just 11 months old. At just 17, she became a household name, starring in the hit superhero show Heroes as Claire, the indestructible cheerleader at the center of the show's famous tagline.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
On Nashville, she played Juliette Barnes, the ambitious country star with a troubled past, earning 2 Golden Globe nominations.
It's ABC's Rena Roy. So she fought publicly battles of postpartum depression, of addiction. She talked about it. She even gave up custody of her daughter because she could not handle that, and she even wrote a book about it. So clearly her body had gone through a lot in a short amount of time, being just 36 years old. She was found unconscious in her home in South Carolina. CPR was performed, and they could not revive her over the weekend. So a tragic story, not very old. Plus, her brother had just died a couple of years ago by suicide. So just the family going through it. But just a very good actress who was a baby in her first commercial. 36 years old, Hayden Panettiere passes away.
Here's a Milwaukee education fact worth knowing. Today, roughly 1 in 2 publicly funded Milwaukee students attends a school of choice. Public charter, private school using the Milwaukee Parental Choice Program. That's more than 40,000 students in total and their families, each exercising the power to choose. The story of Milwaukee schools is bigger than one district, and it's a story worth understanding. Learn how City Ford Collective is working to strengthen educational opportunities for all of Milwaukee students at cityfordcollective.org.
Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Just got word from my man Jeff at USA that right now is actually a pretty good time to get on the schedule for one of these jobs that can save you all kinds of money on your heating and cooling bills. Plus, bring you instant relief from a house that's always too hot or too cold. If you got the AC on and you're still running fans, it's time to call Jeff at USA Insulation. Whether you do the blow-in, the bad insulation, or injection foam that fills your walls from bottom to top. People always want to get this efficiency work done in spring when they're getting ready for the cooling season, or again in fall when they start thinking about turning the furnace on. Well, that's why right now there is room to get your project done more quickly with USA Insulation. And tell Jeff when you call that Vinny told you want those government rebates and discounts from $1,200 to up to $4,000, depending on what type of project you're going with and how big your house is. Jeff and his team do all that work for you up front and will discount the cost of your project before you pay a dime. Get started at usainsulation.net.
Welcome back to Ask Hasslis.
Are your employee-free Hasslis showroom some kind of big viral prank?
We simply let you try our selection of Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Sure you do.
And through Monday, get a free adjustable base with the purchase of a select Sealy Posturepedic or Beauty Rest mattress, plus free next-day delivery.
So shopping at Hasslis won't make me TikTok famous?
Absolutely not.
Darn.
Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasslis.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. Quite simply the best in the business. You got a shoulder that's not feeling great. Maybe it's an ankle or a knee. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin and their top-tier doctors can get you feeling how you deserve to feel. My wife, Michelle, had a back issue. Oh, how put her in a great place. She's on the mend. She's feeling better. She's doing all the things that she wants to do. Start at the website, ohow.com, ohow.com. Request an appointment. Start your journey to feeling better with the best. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
White House is pushing back on claims of low morale and declining mental health aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, currently undergoing a record stretch at sea. There's been reports of some sailors struggling on board and a lack of supplies.
Reports of poor conditions on the USS Abraham Lincoln leading to fallout in Washington. The 5,000 sailors and Marines have been at sea for a record 268 days. Some aboard the ship telling CNN,
I haven't stepped off the ship in the year 2026.
Describing it as awe-inspiring, U.S. Central Command posting video of CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper visiting sailors with reports of extreme exhaustion, low morale, and growing mental health concerns.
There was a report of at least one sailor jumping overboard and was rescued. Now, the new information about the conditions, right now, military officials say a small number of service members on the ship have been treated for mental health, but they say there's been no loss of life or anything like that. They haven't been able to get to port. And what that means is you can't get that break, that turn off your brain, according to Joint Chief of Staff Chair Admiral Mike Mullen on ABC.
Those places where we normally would go for some rest and relaxation, they weren't usable. So the planning with respect to that, I think you had to adjust on the fly, and it became very, very difficult to find a place to do that. So basically you end up staying at sea.
Right. And of course, with the war on Iran and the blockade of the Strait, that's a lot of the reason, obviously, why this is occurring. Did you hear that that woman who was on Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News talking to Libby? It was very interesting. Her name is Carrie Bell. She's from Beloit, and she works on aircraft carriers.
Is she in the? I didn't.
She's an onboard mental health therapist.
Okay, so
she spends up to 90 hours per week talking to these sailors. This is when you say counselor, like this is the type of person. And she was on with Libby and talks about how they manage stress.
The camaraderie on a ship is everything. You really see the crew come together and looking out for each other. Believe it or not, there's a lot of pride that goes along with a hard deployment. What records did we set? There was nothing else like the deployment we had, that a sailor loves bragging rights to their difficult time when it's over.
Right, yeah, right. Standard U.S. Navy guidelines recommend deployments not exceed 7 months. So here's what's so interesting. I thought this was such a fascinating way to explain this. She talked about how, how if you're ever on vacation or you're unplugged for like a week or 2 weeks maybe, and you come back and you're like, whoa, I'm just getting my bearings and everything is different back at work or back in the neighborhood or wherever it is that you've been gone from. She says that happens to these sailors too, because they're doing day in, day out, day in, kind of going through their process every day. Then they go back home and everything is different.
We call it Groundhog's Day. It's like every day is like the one before is like the one before. And believe it or not, the time goes by incredibly fast. I call it the time machine. Like you step on board and then deployment's over. But back here, life is happening. And so it's almost like you walk off the ship and you look around and holy cow, my whole life has changed while I'm gone and nothing changed for me.
Right? Can you imagine that? Especially if you have young kids or younger siblings, how different they would look by the time you saw them again after you're just in the ship for God knows how long, then you get back.
I mean, I think you get that with any deployment, but her point is well taken. When you're on an aircraft carrier, even the scenery doesn't change.
Nothing changes.
At sea. And you know what we're doing today? The same thing that you've done for weeks on end.
Yeah. Or months.
Yeah. Yes, as it were.
So as of now, they remain out there. There's been talk of the USS George Washington replacing them. I don't see a timeline yet on when that could happen, but this is getting a lot more attention now in Washington, and there's some Democrats who are pushing for an investigation into the matter. So you would expect that this will continue to make the news anyway in the days ahead.
These things are hard because you don't want to give the enemy any comfort. Right? You think they're liking this in Iran right now? The fact that American media and everyone here is talking about that. But so that's bad. We talked about this the other day. There's certainly since the revolution and on since at times of war, far worse conditions have befallen many of our men and women in the service. That said, that doesn't mean that we can't, when we are able to, that we shouldn't do better. And I think this is one of those situations of if there is an opportunity to relieve this crew with the Washington, great. Let's do that as soon as possible. Are there other options or other things? And we also have to consider the era in which we live now. We're built differently. Our sailors are different now than they were in World War II or other times. So we have to adjust and find an appropriate balance there. And that apparently is ongoing. 9:51 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
It's the most wonderful time of year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. When your joints hurt every day, you're being told all types of things, right? You're being told, well, yeah, you probably need surgery, or you're being told, oh, you need to have that joint replaced. Well, remember, you don't need to make a decision yet. You can always call QC Kinetics and find out what you're really dealing with. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, torn meniscus, years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you need to have. In fact, you shouldn't until you talk to the folks at QC Kinetics. Here's the number, 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559. You can get a free consultation. You can bring in all of your documents, your medical records, and you can find out what they can do for you without it being surgery and without the long downtime. Call today, 414-667-5559. Call QC Kinetics.
Your dog is more than a pet. It's a member of the family. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I feel that way about our 2 corgis. And boy, am I glad that I found Dog Guard of Wisconsin. Out-of-sight fencing. What that means is freedom for your pet, peace of mind for you, serving southern, eastern, central, and northeast Wisconsin. Keep your dog safe. Keep your dog happy. A local company that does it the right way every single day. Dog Guard of Wisconsin. DogGuardWI.com. The teams I trust are at Dog Guard. DogGuardWI.com.
Point taken with Scafidi and Broad.
I want to go back to Francesca Hong for a second. I would still go watch her speech that she gave at her party last night because I think that was the truest, most authentic form of who she is and what this campaign was.
I think she was blown up by past comments. Voters remember this stuff. And
apparently not, because Trump is president.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. And check out the weekly newsletter, Extra Points, by texting EXTRA to the talk and text line. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Questions of the heart, you followed me through changes.
I made him do it. Red Pancake Show was producing the program. I said, Eric has the bump, but I wanted this song. Give it a second. You'll know. I'll explain it. Here we go. Come on, tell it. Sing it to me.
Okay, so this is Survivor. Just think for a second, why would this be the song of choice?
He's going to tell you. He's going to tell you right here. Ready? Say it.
Now I look into your eyes. I can see forever. The search is over. You were with me all the while.
The search is over.
You thought this was a brilliant connection that I had, was it not?
Go ahead, explain it.
Why are we playing this song? What is happening in the news? So I said earlier, the saying goes, if you can't beat him, join him, right?
Yes.
But I have a new saying. If he won't join you, go ahead and beat him.
Henderson brings home the 3-2, and it's a tapper. Off the mound is Henderson. He fields, runs to the first base bag himself, and retires Tucker. And Logan Henderson, with 7 innings here this afternoon at Dodger Stadium, will leave this game with a 4-1 lead. A sensational performance from Logan.
Not bad.
I mean,
not bad.
Could you have written a better script? Logan Henderson was the guy who was said to be the linchpin of a deal up against the trade deadline. Brewers desperately wanted to win the Skubal Stakes. Tarek Skubal of the Detroit Tigers was the prize of the trade deadline midseason here.
Yeah.
And we wanted him. And there was a suggestion that, well, to get him, we were going to have to give up Logan Henderson. It's unclear as to whether or not we would have done that, but there's no question the Brewers wanted him. Okay, he apparently didn't want us. Now, who's he? The Tigers either nixed the deal, his agent nixed the deal, whatever. A lot of folks who watch this stuff say we had the better offer. Okay, so we don't get him. He goes to the Dodgers, but it turns out what we needed was right here in front of us. That good friend of ours, Logan Henderson, never looked at him like that. Maybe he's the Tarek Skubal. He bested Skubal in every statistical category. He got the win. Skubal takes the L.
Yep. He looked fantastic.
It's only August. We'll see what happens. I can't win in October right now.
The search is over. Love was right before my eyes.
I love you, Logan.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Manufacturer